Friday Bashers! Hey everybody, it is Dirk. It is the end of Dirk Weekdays, the classic Bashers on Friday, as we do every Friday. We have some coffee, and we have a drink later on when the big guy shows up after he's done with Who Needs a Drink. A lot of people need a drink, I guess, on a Friday, and why shouldn't you have one? Glen Parker is the place to be. iBashers is what you want to see. Number one in the room, it is Glen Parker for the second time he is Basher of the Day. So he'll get a new tune because when you're a repeat offender, I can't repeat myself with the same stupid Basher of the Day song. So I've got a variety now to work from. Hopefully you don't get it 10 times in a row, then you get 10 songs, and it's just a lot of work, but it's worth it because you're the Bashers. Melly C is in the room. Hi, all. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Melly C. Great to see you. How are you? How's Mork and Mindy? Easy. Cause I'm easy. I'm easy like Basher Fridays. Turkey made me the Bash of the Day jingle. It was so clever, wasn't it? Why, thank you. And creative, it made me smile. I'm glad, because you deserve it. You haven't been Basher of the Day yet, and you're such a super Basher. I mean, my God, you're a super crazy Basher. So it was easy to write the lyrics for your song because I've actually met you in the flesh. Dean is in the room as well. Glenn, nice work, man. You get my Newcastle Brown Ale. Man, I would love a Newcastle Brown Ale right now. At one time, that was my all-time favorite beer. I loved that beer. When I was more of a beer drinker. I was a beer drinker early on, and then I, graduated to the fancy French world and started drinking Bordeaux and Bourguignon, Merlot, Medoc, Pomerol, Pouillet, all the French stuff. And I still like it the best. Today, I don't have any wine nor beer in the house, so I will be drinking, when the big guy shows up, I will pour myself a Chinar Spritz. Now, there's 4 main spritzes in the world, and they are the most popular, which is Aperol, which is light and fruity and young and fresh for youngins and all that stuff. Then there's Select, which is Veneziani. It is the one that you can it's very hard to find. It's Venetian. It's the oldest, I believe, and it's kind of in the middle. Then you get the Campari, which is the strongest. It's the old lady. And then there's one called Chinar, which is delicious. It's made from artichokes, believe it or not, and it's very nice. I'll bring the bottle out when it's liquor time. When the liquor cart rolls out, I'll show you the bottle. If you don't know about Chinar, it's Cynar, Chinar, and it's delicious. It's refreshing. Mart is in the room with Bronson. Basher Friday is here again. Everyone, sit back and enjoy the show, please. I hope you do. Hope you have a good time. Glenn Parker, I didn't take a nap today. I usually take an afternoon nap, but I actually got up late. I was kind of up all night. I don't know. Thursdays have been weird for me. I was planning on doing maybe a live from the streets, walkabout today, but I don't have my new stuff yet, and I made a decision on how that's going to happen. And my color is weird today. I look like I've got high blood pressure. I do not. I don't. I could take my blood pressure on the show. I actually have one of those gizmos here. What did I do with it? I had it the other day. It's around here somewhere. I'm a former hypochondriac. I used to think I had everything in the whole wide world. But then I got one of those high blood pressure machines because my blood pressure is always normal or lower. Thank God. And even I have admitted to the world that I totally need to lose 15, 20 pounds because, I'm getting older and being more sedentary and not being as active as I used to be. And he's here so soon. Oh, my Lord.
Ran out of things to say.
He ran out of things to say. I was just talking about blood pressure.
Oh, you were?
When's the last time you took your blood pressure?
The doctor did it. That was 5 years ago.
Jesus. I have one of those machines in my house.
Yeah, I was I think I was just heavily hungover, and she was like, "Oh, I hope this isn't blood pressure," because at the time we were quite serious, and I think she was thinking, "I don't want to fucking marry a dude with blood pressure problems." That was her attitude.
That's nice. How
It's very
romantic.
nice.
How
Yeah, how
romantic.
romantic. Yeah, she was always thinking about my feelings. Anyway, she just walks into a farm. We stop, and she goes in. We both go into the pharmacy. She waves her fucking badge, whatever it was, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, what do you need?" And she's like, I needed this and that and this. So we go back to the house, and she pumps it up on my arm and does the whole thing. And then she's like, "Oh, good. You don't have high blood pressure."
That's so kind of her.
So now I can continue to date you.
Wow. My friend John used to not be able to date women who had any kind of skin blemishes. He's like freckles or moles or anything like that. He'd be like, he only dated he dated some.
He gave him the ick.
He gave him the ick, yeah. And I was like, well, what if she's got like a Cindy Crawford mole? He's like, oh God, no. Ugh,
oh my God, that's beautiful.
Yeah, well, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
it was Paul Huston's birthday the other day, and he's an old friend of Asheen and mine, and he's a fellow that we've known. He owned the wine store. Actually, taught me everything I ever knew about California wine, because I was never a California fan, and I still are not. However, I learned a lot about it and got some really the best of California there for sure. Dominus, Magdalena, et cetera, et cetera. The Opus was always supplied by that guy. And his ex-girlfriend Sue was there, and we were talking about television, and she said that she thought somebody was really attractive, and she's a very tall, a very good-looking woman. Wow, is she gorgeous? Definitely, she's a former model, and she's older now, but still gorgeous. And she was talking about she liked very feminine dudes, because she asked me if I was watching A Perfect Couple. And I said, do you know what that is? It's a new show with
Liev Schreiber.
Right. So we watched it last night because she told me to. And it's fucking great.
Oh, I started it the other night and I couldn't get into it. So I should keep going?
I mean, I don't know. You and I always clash on stuff.
Yeah,
Like it's so weird.
Okay.
I didn't think I would like it at all, but it's a real whodunit. And Eve Hewson is in it. Bono's daughter is the star of the show, I guess, because it's all about her wedding. And it's a cast of thousands. There's some great people. Anyway, she's like, are you watching that show? I said, Nicole Kidman's hard to watch. And I said, but Liev Schreiber is a total bang. And she's like, oh my God, he's grotesque. I was like, that's what makes the world go around.
Vanessa loved him.
Oh, he's ridiculous.
Vanessa was into him because he was a big butch bulldog.
Yeah. He's 6'3". He's a monster, dude.
Yeah, he's a big
guy. And he looks very good. Hey, JHB.
Pushing on the last thing you said, don't really care about politics, just substance. Hey, Dirk, get your nude pressure checked. Blood pressure. Okay.
I do. I check it every day. It was 107/68 this morning. That's good.
Is that high? I don't know.
No, it's low. 120/80 is normal. Your systolic and your diastolic. But I do have to have my cholesterol checked and stuff like that. I haven't done that in eons, because my father had a quintuple bypass, but I don't know if like for example, Paul has high cholesterol, and he's a skinny mini. This guy's had an 8-pack since the day he was born, but he's got high cholesterol.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily follow those rules.
It's genetic, I think.
It's genetic, yeah.
I mean, I haven't eaten any animal fat except for butter in so long. And my life is made out of great olive oil, but still, I don't know. I think genetic. We get dealt some cards. Yeah, you can skirt around them and do what you can to try to prolong your genetics from catching up to you. I guess that's what we do, right? Anyway, thanks JHB for that. Let's give you a big bang boom. Andrew's not in here, so JHB's been. You know how long it's been since Andrew wasn't the first super chat of the night. So you know what? Thank you so much. Here's a big bang boom. Super chat. Thanks, JHB. So yeah, I think whatever cards were dealt with in our genetics. I was
talking about Lydia's issue with anxiety, because I watched Inside Out Part 2.
Oh boy.
and she had told me that it was quite good, not as good as the first one. I agree, but it's still quite excellent. And she said, but there's one scene in it that's the most accurate depiction of a panic attack I've ever seen.
Have you ever had one?
No, I have never had one. She had an issue with these.
Okay.
And she even had a little bit of an episode while she was here. It wasn't a full-on panic attack, but it was a slight episode. And so it's been a, very emotional thing for me for a long time now.
Sure.
With her, because, you feel powerless. You don't know what to do. And anyway, I put on Inside Out too. It's very well done. It's Disney Pixar. It's genius. But that scene came along, man. I was smoking and drinking and smoking, and I couldn't, I was shifting in my seat because I was, it was upsetting to see what happens, in their mind, when a panic attack happens. And it's apparently very, very well described, according to her. But then somebody was in the was it Easy? Somebody was saying in my chat saying, cut out caffeine. She needs to cut out all the caffeine.
Whoa.
Now she's not a heavy caffeine drinker. She'll have, like every Italian, she needs an espresso in the morning just to be a human, But she's not. It's not like she pounds coffee all day long.
Sure.
So I don't know. I mean, I'll mention it to her. I don't think it's as big an issue as it used to be.
Yeah. What about her mother? Does she have any kind of situation?
Her mother doesn't. In fact, her mother was some of the problem. When I was trying to help her, I was like, "Oh my gosh, she's in a crisis," and her mom was like, "She'll be grand. She'll be grand." And I was like,
"That's so Irish."
Liddy's not like you, darling. She's just, Liddy's mom. I'm not going to say her name. She's fucking tough. Like you could send her into war. She's unfazed by anything. So it's an extremely tough character. Lydia's a lot more. She's more gentle human.
I mean, I could never, and all the times I've ever been with Lydia, I have never, and I would never think that's possible for her, because she seems so evenly tempered, and she just seems so level. But it just goes to show you that, it's an unpredictable thing that can happen to just about anybody.
Yeah, I mean, her mind is going at 100 million miles an hour, and she'll overthink, and it's chemical as well, man.
Sure, it's chemical. It's all chemical, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's all chemical.
It's chemical.
It's all chemical.
So it's like things could be fine, but when it happens, man, she shuts down, dude. It's crazy. It's like she can't even move. It's crazy.
It is, from what I've been told, because luckily I've never had one, and I hope I never do. It is the most debilitating thing that anyone could go through, and it's traumatic. So, I didn't know that. I'm very sorry to hear that.
No, I mean, she's through it. Like, it was bad years ago, but she's through it. But it's still lurking in the background, and I'm sure it'll happen, from time to time again. Anyway, Inside Out 2 is really good. And when you see what they do to describe the panic attack in the mind with those characters. Did you see Inside Out Part 1?
I did.
It was just so lovely.
It was incredible.
I thought it was lovely. It brought me to tears.
The Pixar movies, I missed a lot of them now, but the first, the run of them were all brilliant. They were absolute, the Toy Stories, and then the Wallies, and then the Incredibles, and it was a slam dunk every time. And Inside Out, I think, was the last of the great ones. It was so good.
I will say that the last one, I think it came after, correct me if I'm wrong, audience, was Coco.
I didn't see Coco.
Oh my God, Coco was fucking beautiful.
Was it amazing? Okay.
It was the best film of that year. I remember posting it online going, best film of the year is Coco, and everyone was like, absolutely blows the shit out of everything else.
Should have won Best Picture, right?
Should have won Best Picture.
I felt Wally should have won Best Picture, because I was so amazing. Incredibly moved by that film.
You'll be moved by Coco. And you know what else was just pure fucking genius? Was Monsters Inc.
Oh yeah, Monster. That's part of the original. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, it's just like that. The screams were being harnessed for energy. Amazing. But they haven't discovered laughter yet. Oh my God. Like the concepts, never mind the animation. Like that's already genius. But it's just the writing. Whoever's writing those stories.
I think about that, and they're all different people too.
Yeah.
You know,
John Lasseter, right?
Lasseter is that guy is. Oh my God, is he amazing? I hate to say it, but it's whenever I see his name on something, it carries so much weight for me.
Yeah.
Because he just seems like he can see the inside, like a child's head or an animal's
Right.
head. Or
How
it's
do they
incredible.
do this?
I
Oh
know,
my
it's
God.
talent.
Like
It's talent.
Monsters is one of the most original concepts for a story I've ever seen.
Yeah,
And Inside Out was also
yeah,
that
it was.
they were going to show all the emotions and their part, and they have that big control, the console thing that they get their hands
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
I can't wait to watch the part 2. I have the Disney Channel and they own Pixar now. I mean, all those things and Coco. So I should watch Coco first, I guess, right?
Oh boy, man.
Coco is the Mexican one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, that's gonna touch you. And there's a lot of music, and
Yeah,
you're
of
gonna
course.
love it.
It's always
And
good music in those
when he
things.
plays
Except
the
for in
guitar,
Wally, there's nothing.
there's nothing. When he plays the guitar, the fingers are all it's real fingering.
How
You
do
never
they
see
do
that in animation, right?
No,
It's
no.
real
Well,
fingering.
usually they have 3 fingers, like they're Django
Yeah,
Reinhardt.
right. Yeah.
It's just like.
Coke is a beautiful story. My God.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, it's lovely.
That show that I watched that you knew instantly. How did you know that so fast? Nicole Kidman doesn't look all plastic surgeryed out and weird in it. It looks like it's finally settled in, but she plays an absolute bitch. And she's really good at it because you know how much I love the Golden Compass, and she's in that, and she plays she does evil really well. She's good at that. In real life, she's apparently one of the nicest people there is. But she plays a baddie. She plays this matriarch of this family, and they're just super duper entitled white rich people. And it's just, you just want to vomit. And then something happens, and it's
I gotta watch it then.
It's good. How far did you get into it?
I mean, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. I don't know.
Yeah. You just were annoyed with all the pampered little brats.
It was just everybody meeting each other and 2 kisses on the cheek. And I was like, what am I watching?
It was a rehearsal dinner. And is there anything worse than that? Then you see everybody doing their conga line shit. And it's like, I would rather be just like thrown in solitary confinement than have to go through. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know who thinks that that's enjoyable. You know, like as a wedding, there's this, and then there's this party, and this party, and the after party, and that. It's like, can I just go home? It's just too much. Wow.
I found out recently if your body doesn't convert folic acid into folate properly, it can lead to a lot of anxiety issues. Large population of people with European descent have the issue. That's interesting.
Interesting.
And what's the remedy for that, JHB? Is there something you can take to help you convert folic acid?
Wow.
Yeah, Eazy-E, Ratatouille was great.
Oh, Ratatouille! How did I forget that? It's one of the best movies ever made.
So
and I made
good.
it. Eazy-E, I actually downloaded. There's a recipe for that dish, that animated dish.
Ratatouille.
How you make the ratatouille. So, you know, like how it was stacked on the plate?
Yeah.
It was so beautiful. I made it, and it was really, really good. If you like ratatouille.
My mom makes a banging ratatouille.
I love ratatouille.
Yeah, because there were some vegetarians in our house for a while, and my poor mother had to make 2 different meals every evening. And she got really good at making ratatouille. Do you want to give JHB a
I do.
ding?
Thank you so much. Let's give you the super chat gong too. Thank you, JHB. My mother handed me a cookbook.
Yeah.
When I wanted to be a vegetarian, she handed me a cookbook. I still have it. It's enormous.
It's your problem now.
That's exactly pretty much what it was.
Oh
but
God.
Let's face it, what was being made in my house every single day? Potatoes.
Potatoes.
Green beans. We ate a lot of string beans as kids. Lots and lots of string beans. So much that I almost never eat them now. Did you eat a lot of beans growing up?
Well, yeah. I mean, Heinz beans.
Oh, the canned variety, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, these are just the green beans. Now they call them, what do they call them? Haricots verts. Haricots verts. They're not called string beans anymore.
I rarely have beans.
Me too. I like
Yeah.
lentils though. I make a lot of
Yeah.
dishes with lentils.
One of my favorite dishes is chickpeas at the Indian restaurant.
Oh,
Indian
sure.
chickpeas is one of my favorite things.
They're an
Love it.
incredible source of vitamins, fiber. They're really good for you.
The
Just
Indians they do amazing things with flavors, man. It's
yeah.
an explosion.
Yeah, I mean, I love
Yeah.
Indian food. I just don't think it likes me anymore. As I get older, I can't handle spice as much as I used to. I used to put the
It's easy
hottest
to
peppers.
avoid the spice.
Well,
You,
this is
you can get the veggie, you can get the mixed veggies, and the sometimes the chickpeas can be hot. It depends. You can avoid it, I think.
I mean, I make hummus every day of my life. I'm always making my own. I don't buy it ever. I always make it because it's so easy. But it's a
Yeah.
little time consuming because the best way to make hummus is to soak them, the dried kind. Because if you
Yeah.
get them in the cans, they're just ugh. But
Right.
also you have to soak them, and then here's a little trick for anybody who likes to make their own hummus. You clean out your sink because it's the biggest bowl in your kitchen. Clean out your sink and scrub it. Fill it up with like lukewarm water and put salt in it. Throw the chickpeas and then they float to the top. And then you just grab them all and start rubbing them. And then when you do that, the skins come off. So when you make your hummus, it's as smooth as cream.
Mm.
And it's a great little trick.
I'll be back in 1 second.
Yeah, sure. Let me see who else is in the room. So I usually get around to all of that stuff. What's this new hairstyle? I got a haircut today. I did. I got a haircut. I did really short on the sides and blah, blah, blah. I went to my guy, Dave Fitzsimons, Angelo Minichiello, Vasilios P is here. Ray, I got pants on. I'm glad you got pants on. I'm so glad you do. Bert Dundee is here. Mr. Mustang Rick. Hey, Dirk and all. How are you? Craig. Hey, Craig. How are you? Good to see you in the room on your kayak with your puppy. Is there anything better than that in the world? Canaris here. Time to bash one out, gents. Alain Gilbert. Bonsoir to all the bashers. Bonsoir to you. Miami Manny. Hey, Miami Manny, looking handsome as usual. Happy Friday, Dirk and Bashers. Pure Palm, great to see you. Good afternoon from Vancouver Island, Dirk, and a good afternoon to you fine folk in the chat today. Warm regards, always, Selena. I've just met a girl named Selena, and suddenly that name will never be the same to me. Chinar is yummy. I like it neat. Oh, you like it neat? Oh God, you're a manlier man than I'll ever be. I'll try it neat.
She drinks Chinar neat.
Yeah, because I said that I don't have any beer or wine in the house, so I'm gonna make myself. I've got all the spritzes. I have them all, but I want to mix it up. So if I'm gonna have a drink today, I'm gonna make a Chinar spritz.
Well,
she drinks it neat. Have you ever heard of that? I said she's a manly man compared to me.
I haven't come across that yet, but it sounds like something I would do.
Sounds 1,000,000% like something you would do. That's absolutely crazy. Gabri says, Dirk, why did you cut your long hair? I cut my long hair off a long time ago. I cut it off 2020, May 2023. I grew it out during the pandemic because I thought I was going to go on tour with my brand new album with my metal band. We're going to go rock all the stages of Europe and play all the festivals, and it didn't happen. And I'm walking around sitting on my hair. It was ridiculous. But in a pandemic, you could just sit around and just not cut your hair, right?
Yeah.
I'm too old for that shit, too. You know what? That'll be the last time I ever did it. And boy, did I do it. I did get to make one music video with it, though. I did a track for some German guitar player, and I wrote and sang on his album, and it was the single. So I made that video. So I did. It's documented. It was fun. Patricia Teague, I never see you anymore. I love you. Great to see you. Good afternoon. What a pretty flower. And Chelsky. We're going to hear some stuff about Israel, Bezel, Polthorpe, and Britt. Not here. You heard it already.
You heard it already, man. Over by me.
Yesterday's show was a cuckoo show because I ran into my neighbor who was trying to send me lots of pictures of cats being murdered and saying it was all happening here. And
in Springfield.
Yeah, and you know, like I basically, because I love this person, she's a good person. She takes care of all the strays, and she just kept pushing me, and I just said, "Do me a favor." And I can't believe your brother sent that video today about the sources. Check your sources. I said, "Can you tell me who, what, where, and how? Where did you find this? But where was it published? Who had it? Because you can't just keep throwing these." Homeless videos at me, and you're supposed to say that happens on Vernon Boulevard. You know, I mean, It's just getting so absurd, and and then
TikTok is full of people who live in Ohio saying it's not happening. That one video is that crazy woman, and the cops are like, "Did you eat the cat?"
she
She's
did.
not even an immigrant. She's
She's
an
from
American.
America.
She's an
Yeah,
American citizen. She's
yeah.
just crazy.
She's crazy. She's
But that's
criminally insane.
this is the smoking gun.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Well,
fact that he goes on and tells people and says that in the middle of a debate,
no, I know.
and he knows
Well,
that
it's
a lot of people are
weaponizing.
gonna, yeah.
He weaponized it, and JD Vance did the exact same thing. And I got a couple of emails. No, you're wrong. No, it's really happening. No, I'm like, well, show me where it's happening, because I've Googled it like everybody else who has two fingers can do, and go look up local jurisdictions, look up all the police, instead of saying on your crazy far right lunatic channels where you get force fed all this information down your throat.
Fuck.
You know what? Listen, they're both crazy, but the far right's way crazier. I'm sorry. They make up all the conspiracy theories. Are there any left-wing conspiracy theories?
What about the Jewish space lasers that Marjorie Taylor Greene was talking?
I mean, listen, guys, can we talk?
She is
Can we
the
talk?
worst. She's
Can we
the
talk?
worst.
I mean, you have to admit, if you take a step back and take a breath for a second, and you know where I am, I'm sort of in the middle. But like the crazy town shit comes from that side. All of that junk. You don't ever hear like the liberals saying, well, Jesus came in a canoe and he's going to, if you don't get in the canoe, you don't hear any of this stuff. You hear all the crazy ass shit comes from some lunatic who's on Newsmax or whatever crazy dark web website you get. And yesterday, everybody was hitting me with it. I'm just like, fuck off. Could you just fuck off?
It's a shame you don't use TikTok because it was a lot of fun.
I do, but I don't want to engage in that shit because you know what? It actually just gives me a headache. And you know what? I don't appreciate, because listen, and I said this. Sure, do Haitians eat cats and dogs? They might in Haiti. Are there cannibals on the African continent and in weird islands in the middle of the Pacific? Yes, there are.
Yes.
All over the world, people in different stages of evolution do a lot of stuff that is unacceptable to modern Western society, for sure. But to say that it happened on Vernon Boulevard is getting ridiculous.
Did she literally say that?
No, but I'm just using it as a Main Street USA kind of thing, Now, that crazy woman, it took me all of 2 seconds to find out her name, find out where she was from, find out that she was an American citizen, and find out that these websites have weaponized that video to make it look like what it turned out to be.
Yeah.
But they don't want to hear it. If you don't want to hear it, you won't hear it. It's that simple. And how many people have told me shit that wound up to be not true?
Yeah. Actually, one of the guys in Ohio is like, yes, we do have 20,000 Haitian immigrants. Yeah. And people are mad about it. They're not eating our cats and dogs. That's bullshit. But he goes, people are mad about it, but the economy is actually thriving because of all of these workers now that we have. So he's like, so it's a kind of like people are getting annoyed because they're seeing Haitians on the street, but also the Haitians will get in and fucking wash your filthy underwear, or they'll work in a laundry, or they'll work in the sewer, they'll wash dishes, they'll take any job they can, and it's actually helping the economy.
Like every Mexican I ever worked with in my life.
Yeah. That's the story of America. That's America, guys.
And I've said this before. I worked with this beautiful woman from Mexico who had a small child, and she had 3 jobs. She worked every shift there was. And one night, she and I decided to go across the street to the Black Sheep for a pint because we were late. And she told me the story and started breaking down, crying about it. She goes, I don't even know who the father of my daughter is. I said, what do you mean? She goes, well, I paid these men a couple of $1,000s to cross the border. And then when I got on the other side, I was gang raped. And it wasn't by Mexicans. It was by agents on the other side, because she's a beautiful girl. And she's Catholic. She's extremely Catholic.
I gotta tell my friend John about this. He worked Border Patrol for years.
She was raped by like 4 or 5 men at the same time, and she has no idea. And then she wound up in the hospital, and she had to have her private parts put back together in a hospital because she was so violently mauled by these people. So you know what? There's good and there's bad people everywhere. People all over the world.
Did you hear about that? Sorry, this is a non sequitur.
Okay.
Did you hear about that case in France? That woman who's taken her husband to court for 10 years. He was drugging her and having men come over to rape her, and videoing it. And she was waking up in the morning not knowing what happened. And yeah, there's a whole big case. It's really dark. This guy was drugging her and like dozens of men.
Not French.
Yes.
This sounds so American. It doesn't sound French at all.
He should have just asked her. She may have said, "Oui."
As long as it's between 5 and 7.
That's bad that I'm saying it. JD, Timbo is in Greece. He's enjoying Greek cuisine right now.
Boy, that guy flies all over the world.
He flies everywhere for a guy who's barely earning anything online.
I'm like, can I figure out how the hell you do that?
Methylfolate supplement. A blood test can tell if there's an issue. Thank you, JHB. Hey,
it's time for everybody. Everybody, please go out there and go get a blood panel. I'm going to make an appointment this week. Let me give him a super chat for that. Sorry about that.
You want to hit this one,
Andrew? Around the world and around the block, everywhere Dirk goes, the Bashers want to rock. Should we put that to music, Andrew? Apologies to it's a Bryan Adams song. Upvote and subscribe, everyone. Relax and enjoy the show. This guy opened up for Bryan Adams. You did, right?
I did 8-10 times.
Yeah, they toured with him. Thanks for that, baby. Let's give you the what do we give for you? Because you just get that. Let's give you some of the Gong Woman 3.
Ray, big shout out to Chris, my watch channel, Jaws watch. Okay, my watch.
He got the Jaws watch.
Got the Jaws. He got the Hooper watch. Yeah.
Yeah, he got
Hooper. And then
is it Easy with another 20? Whoa,
another 20. Slice you.
He got a song today. He was very happy for it. He got a Basher of the Day song. You know, I do it.
Hey, Easy, you got your root beer on. I'll put mine on.
I included the root beer in the song. He was very impressed that I knew a squash term. And I was like, dude, I do my research. Come on. Who are you talking to? Thank you, boys and girls. That's awfully nice of you. I'm trying to remember. Now, I'm not going to remember what the thing was off the top of my head. I might remember it as I'm telling the story, but although you got your root beer on too.
Yeah, but I just put it on there because he had it in his avatar.
Many years ago, one of our friends had a child, and we went to their first birthday, and we noticed that I said to Paul, I said, "Is that kid okay? Is that kid okay?" Because he looked a little, like he might have some developmental problems.
Sure.
And he said, "Oh God, I don't know." And then about 6 months later, there was something wrong with him. They determined that, and they thought he had either, what is the correct term for developmentally what is the politically correct term? Anyway, he was slow. Mm-hmm. He was having problems with muscle coordination. I just remembered the name of the thing. So they did all these tests, and it didn't look good, and they were getting all these doctors together. They checked him for cancers, tumors, all this stuff. Then they finally did a bunch of blood tests, and they found out that he had no biotin in his body.
Oh.
And his body couldn't produce it, and they had to come up with something. So he went for a series of tests, and they found a supplement that works for him, and he just started law school.
That's vitamin B8.
Yes. Biotin. His body had a complete lack of biotin, and it was creating like all this kind of cellular degradation and all these problems with developmental disorders. And the kid, it completely changed his life. He caught up with everybody really, really fast. And back in the day, back when the homestead days, or when you're living in the forest,
you'd be fucked.
you were fucked.
Yeah,
You're absolutely fucked.
because modern medicine is a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. It is.
So yeah.
So lesson well learned. What did you say, Dirk? I watched that video you sent me of your track on the Barnabas guy. Oh, thanks, man. Hope you liked it. Wow, you're fast. I just mentioned it a minute ago. How the fuck did you do that? Oh God, and crazy. Dirk wants to know, do you still have the triangle? Press the triangle button a ton. Thanks. For you? Okay, sure. I have the triangle. He loves the triangle. Yeah. Sure. Here you go. How about one more time? People love the triangle. JDMTL says, Dirk, do you want to go to the bro house and trust anyone? This is the very funny thing. This is how I don't understand some things. So privately, I was asked to go and stay at the bro house, right? I didn't say it online or anything like that, but yet everybody knew about it. How does that happen? It was so funny. I can't go because I had a prior commitment, and all I have to say is thank you so much for the invite.
It means Animal House.
Yeah, Animal House, bro house, whatever.
Okay.
Like real world kind of, Dirk doesn't do very well in communal affairs anyway. It's not really my thing. Think of me as like the stuffy school marm.
People don't think of you as that.
No, they don't. But it's just like in a communal living thing. It's just. But anyway, we're gonna be working on some Hitman shit anyway. So, just turns out it was bad timing. But I'm sure everybody's gonna have a really good time.
Mm-hmm.
And blah blah blah. Yeah. So what's going on with you this week?
I was out last night with a lovely woman. Actually, dude, I have a terrible thing happened. It's not terrible. I was feeling a little weird. So I'm at the bar. We went to a couple of different places.
Do I need a drink first?
I don't know. It's not a huge thing.
Okay.
I was just so people were drunk. It was getting late, and people were coming up and saying how Irish people in town as well. It was funny. They're like, "Are you Irish?" And then the Scottish going, Can you tell the difference between our accents and stuff? It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of.
If they want to know if you can tell the difference between Irish and Scottish, geez, I hope so.
Yeah, but anyway, so this woman comes out. She comes out for a smoke, and I'm kind of standing outside the bar on the smoke, and the girl I'm with is sitting at a table. Anyway, she's like, "Oh, she's so beautiful. You're so beautiful, and oh my God, your skin is so perfect." And like, what age are you? Blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, you look so much younger than your age, blah, blah, blah. And then she turns to me and she goes, what age are you? And I was like 51. She goes, I would have said more. And I was like, oh.
How did you feel at that moment? That's like first of all, I'm always amazed at people that are capable of doing things like that.
No, but she was drunk and it's okay. She was speaking from the heart. It's fine. But that just never happens to me. It's always a little younger. It's always like, oh, you would have said you were. I mean, it happened at PT Walma at the parties there. They're like,
polite society would have done that.
Yeah, but no, people have said, oh, you look in your mid 40s, late 40s. I'm fine if it's even 6 months younger. Right. I'm fine.
I would have said you were 49 and a half.
Yeah, I would. So, but I was like, I've never gotten. I would have gotten more. I was like, so what do you think? I look like 60? Do I look 60?
No.
You
don't look your age.
You look younger. You look way younger than you are. I probably look older than you, and I'm younger than you.
You go in the sun more. I need a blepharoplasty though, for sure.
I drink.
So if you want to start the blepharoplasty fund, I would do it, because not only would I do Ozempic, but I would definitely go get not a blepharoplasty. I would definitely get like the collagen injection where they do it's called
I
a
saw a thing today
tear
on
trough.
TikTok. They were talking about the operation with over eye and under eye.
That's called a blepharoplasty. Yeah.
Okay, they were talking about that, and they said that it's the fastest recovery of all surgeries.
Oh.
That you wear sunglasses for a week or 10 days and you're fine.
Hmm.
And then next thing you look great. And they were showing George Clooney before
He's
and
the
after.
king of it. He had the because listen, as big a ride as that guy is, he's so handsome. He looks great now because he addressed the under eyes. He was looking so saggy.
Yeah, he was getting a little bit of that stuff.
And he's Black Irish, man. So that guy, he's got he can tan, but also he's got the tougher skin. So he's starting to look a little rugged and old. And man, that one procedure, because he keeps so fit. He stays so fit, that guy. He's living in Como, in Lalio, and he's walking around with loafers, and he's just the guy's a sun god. But without that blepharoplasty, he would definitely look. It makes people look 10 years older when you have baggy eyes. It definitely does. It makes you look tired.
I don't have it.
You don't have it. No. I do have it. Some days are better than others. I have this caffeine shit that I use that Dana recommended. It's not Origins. I forget what it's called, but it's just like pure caffeine in an eyedropper, and you just do that, and it kind of makes it go away. But yeah, it's a lot of things. I don't know. Look who's back. Hey, Happy Meal, $20. Cheers, Dirk, and the king of content. Hey, Dirk, why don't you have iBashers memberships? I don't have iBashers memberships because I have Patreon, and I gotta admit, I feel very guilty as a double dipper. I think feels kind of double dippery to me. I know
you're smart. You're smart to do that because first of all, YouTube take their cut.
They take 30%,
and then people don't know where to put their money. Like, should they stay on Patreon or move over? So I double dip, and what happened is people just moved over, which is the logical thing
to Patreon.
They moved from Patreon over to because one came before the other.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like Asheen and I were talking about. We got our statements today. And I had a great week. Everybody was amazing last Friday, and it was a good month for the most part.
I think that's going to be spread out onto the next month, honestly.
Oh, probably so, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just like lower than I thought it was going to be. And it's because YouTube takes 30%. And, listen, I'm grateful for every shekel that I get. And, I'm doing this as a full-time thing and trying to create as much content, coming up with new ideas for the shows, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's work, it's work, bashers of the day and stuff. It's work. It's not actually like, I'm not sitting around eating bonbons. But the 30% cut to me is, listen, YouTube provides a platform for us to do what we do. So I get it. We are on this thing and we get to log in, but there are other expenses. Like we have StreamYard and like I'm getting new gear. And I did decide, I decided to keep the camera and I decided to just upgrade the audio. And I ordered, ready for this? I ordered the DJI Bluetooth clip-on microphone because that thing, I went around and checked it out. That thing's amazing. And nice. That's going to just make my streams.
I have one here. I could have given it to you.
Oh, yeah.
What was it, $50?
No, it was $225
for a
comes with
microphone.
It comes with the two clip-on microphones and the Bluetooth module. Basically, you plug the module into the phone, and then like if, for example,
I get it. I just
Rosanna Charuzzi, I could have just handed one to her, and boom.
You just clip it on their thing as you're talking to them.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Yeah, shit. I thought it was because
maybe of the first iteration or something.
Yeah,
this is called the DJI 2 Mic 2, and I went over to B&H. I ordered it on Amazon because it was way cheaper. But I went over there, and the guy said, "You want a demonstration? Would you like a demonstration?" And I was like, "Yeah, definitely." And man, I could not believe the quality was incredible. It was so well done.
Listen, for one, you're clipping a mic onto the other person, so you're already, no matter what mic it is, it's gonna be better. And like, had you handed one of your earpods to the lady, it
would have been better too.
Yeah,
but also you can't really.
Really good.
It's
still really good.
Anyway, here's a little bit of a boom for you, Happy. Thanks. Alas, the nuclear winter as it approaches.
Did he earn that? That was a mega super chat.
I do half of it.
$20.
Yeah,
you
I
do
do.
half.
I do half of it.
All right.
That's my new trick now.
I think that's more for like $100.
Oh, okay. You think that's $100? Then I had a lot of 20s today. Thank you, Andrew. Everybody. I wrote to StreamYard, by the way, just so you. I want to remind the viewers that usually at the end of the show, I run through all the super chatty people and say thank you so much. They took that option out of the software, and I don't know why. And I wrote to them after every show. You have the opportunity to say, they say, how did it go? I'm like, you cannot remove this important feature because I am
They don't care.
addressing the public who is
They don't
who
care,
could.
and the audience don't care. They don't care about the
Oh,
technical issues we're having behind the scenes.
no, I'm able to, like at the end we were able to run. Well, I'm just
Yeah. It's just some technical shit. We'll get it sorted. Glenn Parker
for the crack.
just for the crack. Crack means fun. It's Irish for fun. Just for the laugh.
What's the crack? Oh, yesterday we were talking about on the show, talking about Guinness. And you wouldn't believe how many Irish people say that they prefer what's that other brand of stout over there?
Beamish.
No, the other one.
What's the other one? Ooh, I don't know.
Murphy's.
Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah. You're right. Murphy's.
Right. Murphy's. I was like, I don't think Murphy's has any scratch on Guinness at all. To me, I've had many at Murphy's. I don't think
I've had Murphy's. I've had Beamish, and they never touch Guinness.
No,
but I have had the oyster stout from the Porterhouse, which they sell around the world now, and that is very, very pleasant. And has an interesting tone to it, and it's creamy. I discovered it many, many years ago when the Porterhouse opened at the end of Fleet Street, on the corner of Parliament Street and Fleet Street in Dublin, and they had the big kegs, the casks, whatever they were making, like right there. They're part of the decoration. It was beautiful. It's a great place, but now they sell it here in Italy in certain bars. You can get the Porterhouse oyster stout. It's got some oysters in it somehow. I don't know how.
Oh, it has. So it's not suitable for vegetarians.
Probably not.
Who makes it?
Well, it's part of the Porterhouse thing. So it's there. They became so successful they started franchising the whole thing out. So that's really nice. And you know what you won't get from that stuff with the that you do get with Guinness and other things. 100.000 scoregge. You know what that means? 100.000.
Okay.
What's 100.000?
1,000, right?
100,000.
100,000.
100,000. 100.000 scoregge. You know what a scoregge is?
I don't know what scoregge means.
Farts.
Guinness gives you 100,000 farts?
Oh yeah, like Guinness is like terrible for the farts. Like the farts are bad. But
like broccoli bad?
Yeah, easily is bad.
Do you like cauliflower?
Sure. Depends on how it's cooked.
Yeah.
I never liked Brussels sprouts when I was a kid because I used to boil them and that was fucking torture. Then I discovered later you can stick them in the oven and
roast them with garlic and
roast them and
balsamic
with cheese all over them, and they're a whole other thing. But poor mother, it was like a test of character.
That's what my mother did. My mother boiled everything. Everything was
boiled Brussels sprouts is like eating a lump of shit. It's a stinky fucking sharp shit. It's awful, and we were terrorized as children. Meanwhile, she could have been putting them on a tray into the oven with Parmesan and pepper on them. Totally different experience. But she was a great cook. So
yeah. Well, I mean, listen, Irish cuisine back in the day, was what it was.
Yeah, it's fucking boiled and hot. Everything was boiled in hot water and terrible.
Everything, all in one pot too, because they used to put the meats, the potatoes, the carrots, everything went in there. Boom,
you know what? Easy, you're absolutely right. Murphy's is to Guinness as Canterbury is to Bailey's. No one can make Bailey's. There are so many imitation Baileys out there.
Carolyn's is the big one.
Carolyn's is really big one. They can't do it. They do not have the magic. I assume Bailey's, their potion is hyper secret, just like Coca-Cola recipe. No one can do Baileys like Baileys. They
When
try.
when I was working at the shite shop down in Irving Place, they had this beautiful. I'm trying to find out what it's called now. It was called like Tipperary Irish Cream, and it came in
Mhm.
like a milk bottle. And
Mm.
that's not it. And I gotta say, because I do not like Bailey's, I think it's too sweet, and it's just I don't like that kind of shit. This was so light and delicious. I wish I could remember what it was called.
Andrew,
now.
you're right. You'll put on weight with Guinness.
Oh,
You see me when I did the Irish videos. Like the truth about the Ireland videos, haven't told anyone this yet. Breaking news. I recorded them in reverse. I did the West first, and then I did Dublin because the weather was so good. I needed to do the West first, but I reversed it for the edit. But if you see me in Dublin, you see a fucking gut on me, and it's cause of the fucking Guinness. Breaking news. The Guinness is brutal for weight. You have a Guinness baby every day, and you're walking around.
I can
It's
only
really
handle
bad,
2
high
anyway,
calorie.
max.
Yeah.
It's too thick.
But what was I'm not a big. I won't pound them either. But what was happening to me is every day I was having Guinness. I was having Guinness with friends. I was going out to a place. I sit and have a cheddar and get a Guinness. And it's just if I stayed in Ireland, I'd be 500 pounds right now.
It's a meal.
Yeah, it's just so many calories in that shit.
Ray says other stouts. What you talking about, Willis? Yeah, I mean, I've tried. Oh my God, my watch channel, you crazy person! 100 balloons, long-time consumer, first-time contributor, half a mushroom for 20. I want full nuclear winter, please. Great show, guys. Well,
He's
thanks.
right. He's right. You gave half a mushroom for $20. That wasn't a good call.
Oh, I
It
feel
was a
so
bad
bad.
call, Ripley. It was a bad call.
Oh, can I go back and do that right?
This is what you should be giving.
Well,
the
this
fucking
is you know
nuclear
what he's getting for
explosions.
this one, right? You know which one he's
Sure.
getting for this one.
He's getting Lenny.
Lenny.
No.
Oh, no,
he's getting the other one.
He's getting LA. This is it. Thank my watch channel. Thank you so much. I mean, that still gives me the willies. I saved Lenny for I don't know why. I saved Lenny.
What about the original nuclear explosion? That was my favorite one with the camera shake.
It is a good one.
Can you take away news? Shit?
Yeah. You had breaking news. I wanted everybody to hear that. Thank you, first time contributor. Well, hey man, that's really fantastic. My watch channel, 99 balloons. Thank you so much for that.
Wow.
That's a really wonderful thing. Long time consumer, first time contributor. There's a lot of people that
That's
around
like
the
long time listener, first time caller.
Long time listener, first time caller. Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty great. Easy says Guinness calories 210 versus 150 for a Stella. Yeah. Man, I could pound the Stellas all night long, though.
Really?
I love Stella on draft. I do.
I thought you were like me, like the first beer, grape, then the second one, meh.
Well, pretty much at home. But if I'm out with the fellas, if we're at a pub or something and we're, you're just going to be stuck there, Stella is the one I could drink all night because it's a nice light pills like that. I can drink those. Sure. But anything with any kind, because I really, truly like Newcastle Brown Ale. I like Ruddles Bitters. I like bitter ales. I love that stuff. But how could you have more than that?
There's one that goes around. It's called Kilkenny. It's a red ale. It's creamy. That's really, really nice. And then there's the Speckled Hen. That's a really, really nice ale as well. Very, very creamy head. And it's red. These are nice beers, but I'm not a huge beer guy, so
me neither. But I do enjoy it, especially on a hot day.
Sure.
I took John when we were playing in Europe a couple of years back. We went through Amsterdam, and I said to John, who's my best buddy in the band, I said, have you ever had a Heineken in Amsterdam? And he said, I don't like Heineken. I said, I don't either. But we went from one side of the airport all the way to the other side of the airport. And I was like, fuck, I know exactly where it is. We're going to go. And we had two of the most unbelievably ice cold Heineken drafts. And it's a totally different fucking animal there. And then he goes, now we're fucked. And then I went, no, we're not. Our gate's right next door. So we stayed.
Mr. Watch Addict, fun fact, Guinness actually contains fewer calories than premium lager. It's dark and thick. Look, gives the opposite opinion. I've heard that many times, but honestly, I don't feel that in reality. When I drink Guinness, when I'm back in Ireland, whatever, I'm drinking Guinness, boy, do I put on weight, man. I pack the pounds on. It's a very, very high. I mean, maybe it's just a bloated stomach from the hops and the yeast. I don't know what it is. Andrew Ogwich, 100, and now we're talking about the fucking
Jesus H. Christ.
How about a table dance and a cold beer? Upvote and subscribe, everyone. Become a patron. Make someone smile today. Do you have a link for your Patreon?
Yeah, I sure do. I think I do. Do I? Yeah, my Patreon. Where's my Patreon?
Well, you can make a new banner. You made a new banner in 2 seconds earlier. So
no, I did. Yeah. Patreon.com/iBashers. Nobody takes 30%. It goes straight from you to me.
They take like 3% or 4%. You know, it's a tiny percentage they take.
They take 3%. They take 4% on large. It's a sliding scale. I've read the whole thing on it.
Oh wow!
But the average is between 3 to 4%, and that's amazing. Now, except for Andrew, I love you. You're the best thing. Instead of a nuclear winter, how about a table dance and a cold beer? Upvote, subscribe, and become a Patreon. Make somebody smile today. You just made everybody smile. Thank you so much. You guys are so amazing. Now, what can I give you instead of you know what? How about this? Andrew Darling. Last time he was Basher, he did something big like this. He requested a song. Why don't you email me what song you want me to cover, and I'll record it and send it to you. How about that? And in the interim, I'll give you Leonard Bernstein. You're the best, Andrew. Thank you so much.
Very good point here from Hitesh. 180 watching and only 49 upvotes. Let's go, people. Upvotes.
We'll wait. Dun 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 dun
right down there.
Dun 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 dun. Do you like Jeopardy? Do you enjoy playing trivia games? You do, right? It's right up your street.
Yeah, sure.
I miss playing Jeopardy with because when I used to walk Paul Huston's dogs, I used to play Jeopardy with him every single night. And that's one thing I don't do anymore because he doesn't have dogs anymore. Oh. But yeah, because they passed away. My watch channel says at JDMTL, now Timbo's done pretty much by the past couple of months. And he ain't the only show. Channels alienate their best customers by getting jealous. We have enough to go around. Okay.
Yeah. Well.
Belgian has the best beer. Is there good? They're too strong, man.
They're really, really strong. Yeah. The real beer aficionados love Belgium. Yeah. I'm actually quite impressed by Italian beers.
Me too. And I like the one you guys hate. I love Peroni. I love it.
No, but I mean the artisan beers, like the kind of fine. Peroni is a mass-produced thing.
Sure.
I mean, like the My Sharona and
My Sharona.
Yeah, there's a few of those. They're artisan, but they make a very nicely structured beer. The Italians, they don't get enough kudos for the beer that they make because they're not famous for beer. They're famous for wine and other things.
It's true, but every culture makes beer. Every culture, everyone.
Yeah.
Not everybody makes wine, but everybody makes beer. Canadian beer, Mexican beer, Belgian
big beer heads, they love, like Belgium is the mecca, right? Belgium and then Germany, right?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
German beers have a little bit of a taste that I don't care for in general. It's not my cup of beer, tea, but that's okay. It's not my cup of beer. It's not me cup of beer. Tap 1999, $1.99. Nice Cartier. Love you, Dirk. Love you too. Who won the debate? Nobody won. It was crap. Who cares?
The debate?
Yeah, nobody won that shit.
I mean,
nobody answered a single
her a little bit because he went fucking weird.
Well,
but you know, I don't know.
No one answered a single question. Not one question.
So that's politicians, man. They're terrible.
But if I was the moderator, and did you see Donald Trump mentioned how handsome the moderator was? I thought that was very weird.
Also, well, he says so many weird things. Who's counting?
David
they were saying it was 3 against 1. Like the panel were on her side, and there may be an air of truth to that, but honestly, he was shooting out some fucking. You have to. Somebody needs to fact check when you have a guy who's just like shooting out this fucking craziness. Somebody needs to be in the room going, no, guys, no, they're not eating dogs and cats, blah blah blah. Like someone needs to be in the room going, no, that's not. When you have such a wild card there going, space aliens made my cat gay. Like, just somebody needs to be in the room going, no, there are no space aliens making cats gay. Like, someone needs to say that. So the moderators had to do that. This is unfortunately the pathetic situation we're in for the leader of the fucking free world. It couldn't be more perverse, if you ask me. Like, this should be the most serious thing on Earth, but it's not. It's a fucking sideshow in a carnival.
It is a carnival sideshow.
And I don't like her much either.
No,
like,
nobody does. Nobody likes her. Nobody likes her.
As the Pope, you saw what the Pope said today?
I didn't see what did he have to say?
The Pope said, unfortunately, the Americans are going to have to vote for the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, well, when was the last time we didn't say that?
Yeah, but the Pope said it. Now Trump is going to come and go. He's not a real Pope. He was never a real Pope.
I know the Pope. I've met the Pope.
I'm the best Pope.
We have the best Pope.
If I was a Pope, I'd be the best Pope because I've got the best Pope words.
Yeah.
Like, just how can such a smart nation just fall?
I certainly don't think she's evil in any way, shape, or form. I just think she's politics as usual. Yes, that's all I think she is.
I agree.
That's all I think. I think she's probably a lovely person. Now, all of the white.
So is Trump. He's probably a fun enough guy to hang out with. I could have a beer with him. Well, he doesn't drink.
But
he
would.
I could have McDonald's with him. Yeah.
I saw him give the greatest eulogy ever. This is way before politics, because I've said this before. I went to a funeral for somebody who worked at his golf course. He gave the eulogy. He was fucking hilarious. He was walked around the room, said hello to everybody. He was funny. He was glib. He was laughing. He had a sense of humor.
I like his old interviews, like from back when he was 30. Sure. He's actually quite a cerebral dude in a way. Yeah. He's quite, he's carefully planning his thoughts in interviews and stuff. But you know how it went. I guess he just knew who he was talking to. He goes, cats and dogs are being eaten. He knows that there are
his whole
people out there going, oh my God, honey, did you hear they're eating the cats? And
everybody told me yesterday and today that they are actually eating cats, and they have proof. I said, where's your
everybody proof? Or your weird fucking Long Island bunch?
3 people on by digital and 1 person in person.
Yeah, so, but where are they? Who are they?
But here's the other one that's going around today that Kamala's husband gave birth to a love child, which he did in his previous marriage, much like Dave Grohl or Donald Trump. Donald Trump did it too. Donald Trump was married to his first wife when Marla Maples got knocked up.
I'm not sure why that's any of our business, by the way.
It's none of our business. It's not. Yeah. Like when Dave Grohl admitted to conceiving a child out of wedlock, I was like, well, isn't he a rock star? Isn't that what rock stars do?
I was expecting 180 children.
I know. It's like he's Dave Grohl. I like, wait a second. Didn't Mick Jagger do that? And Keith Richards do that? And Steven Tyler did? They all have done it. The only person who didn't do it.
Who?
Gene Simmons. Amazing.
Gene Simmons. Wow.
He slept with all those women and none of them got pregnant.
He was mad careful.
I guess so.
He used his tongue instead.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I'm getting a beer. Talk to the crowd.
Okay. This is where he leaves me. John Doe. Trump shows me you can be maddest of maddest cunt and still make it to the top. Yeah, you're right, John. Head and shoulders above everyone else. Be open and crazy instead of silent and sneaky. Fuck. I don't know what to make of that. I don't know why that's an admirable thing in your eyes, maybe. Head and shoulders above. He has no plan. There's no plan. There's nothing. It's just him. It's on an ego trip. It's like, it's weird. I don't know. Do you really want to get me going on that stuff? I'm no Kamala fan either, but it's just like that's a funny one there. You just want this crazy madman, because it's fun, because it's a big game. It's a big fucking football game. You want the crazy maverick in there. Well, the crazy maverick said that he will change the Constitution. He's like, you'll only have to vote this time, Christians. We're going to fix it. You don't have to vote again, just this one time. You know what he's saying? He's saying it's going to be like Putin. He's going to be in there. There won't be any more 4 years. It'll be it. He'll be in there for the rest of time until he, passes it over to a family member. You happy with that? I guess you are, because it's fun to you, because he's open and crazy. You know who's open and crazy? Fucking Jeffrey Dahmer, I don't know why that's something to look up to, but it is insane. It is quite insane that people dig that open and crazy. Good God. Yeah, it's a pretty serious position. You have your fucking finger on the nuclear button. You don't want open and crazy. Thank you very much. But sneaky isn't nice either. I'm not saying sneaky is good either. I'm just saying, fuck me, guys.
Sneaky. Chinar.
You're going to have a chinar with ice?
No. Oh, you want me to try it straight? I have to put it over ice.
You don't even like hard liquor. You won't like it. It's probably not that strong. It's probably only like 20%.
No, it's lower than that. It is 16.5. Let me see.
It's probably a decent enough drink.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I don't want to drink that, but...
Oh, you're going to put seltzer in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like spritzing everything. I only drink white wine spritzed, as you know. I love a white wine spritzer.
I like that too.
I think it's refreshing.
Refreshing.
It's refreshing. It's absolutely delicious. Cheers, everybody. Cheers to you. It is Friday. Let's all have a drink together.
Yeah, cheers.
Ching,
I
ching,
barely have
ching,
any
ching,
left.
ching.
Sorry.
Do you have nothing left?
I'll go get something.
Yeah, we can't cheers with an empty glass. Absolutely not. What did I miss? What did I miss while I was gone? While I was getting a cocktail. Oh, that's delicious. That is very, very good. I like bitter things. I like bitter things. Do you remember Fresca? I had a Fresca not long ago. JDMTL, cheers, Dirk. Cheers to you. We're going to wait till he gets a drink in his glass, and then we will continue with the bashering. And then I'll get a little bit of a buzz on and, maybe call somebody a Yeah. She called him out on a lot of stuff, which was fun. And then, pushed his buttons. She did do that. But I wish people would just answer a question. If I was a moderator, I would just have the mute button and I'd be like, no, the question was, pipe down. The question was this. And nobody ever answers it. But that's politics in general. What are you guys all drinking tonight on this Friday? That is actually a delight, man.
Is it?
So good. Yummy.
Well, you're having a seltzer water with a...
What do you call me, a pussy? What do you call me,
Yeah,
a
you're a
pussy?
pussy. This is straight tequila with some
All right.
watermelon in it. Cheers.
All right, put your dick on the bar, everybody. Go ahead. And cheers to you. Oh, this is very good. I'm a super pussy when it comes to liquor. I like gin. Gin doesn't like me. I just turn into a mega asshole. It just turns me into total douchebag. I get aggressive and fiery and just become puffy cat. I don't like being that guy.
Yeah, well, it's alcohol.
There's a scene in A Perfect Couple where she's out on the veranda overlooking. It's in the Hamptons. These people are insanely rich,
Right.
and Nicole Kidman is there, and she's writing in her diary. She obviously must have a secret lover because the phone keeps ringing, and she looks at it, she puts it down, and makes a face. So the plot thickens, and then he comes out and he goes bar cart, and he puts it down, and there's like a beautiful Schweppes and Tanqueray, and he makes a gin and tonic on the screen, and I'm like, that looks delicious.
Well, at the Gritty Palace on the terrace there, if you ask for a gin and tonic, they roll out this whole thing, and they have all the stuff, and they make it right there, and they spray in the seltzer, and it's like a big ceremony.
Oh, they have the vaporisture, and they like it's an atomizer, and they put the quinine in there. Woof, woof.
Yeah,
that's cool. They do that for the Brits.
I like cocktails. I used to go to that place in Bassano that was in the Submariner video.
Yeah,
the Palazzo della Mistura, and the cocktails were wild, like some of the craziest cocktails. And I really enjoy it. That's a lot of fun having cocktails. Like they get very adventurous and stuff.
Sure.
It's quite nice.
If you can go to a place that has the staff.
Barcelona is a big town for cocktails.
I've never been to Barcelona.
Yeah, Barcelona is a great town, great fun nightlife, and a lot of cocktail bars. Some of them are a bit more classy than others, but even the cheaper ones are, there's a big line to get in, and they have wild cocktails where you drink out of a skull, and all of this kind of shit, crazy shit. And it's quite the cocktail place. And I went to a very, very late night place with the gang I was with that have a cocktail that you need that is very dangerous. We went in, I can't remember the name of it. It was a weird place. We sat down. He goes, this is the craziest place, and this was very famous, and you need to be in the know to get it. And he asked for two. We were on a double date, but the girls weren't going to have one. And he asked for two, and the waitress goes, you're aware of what this is? And he goes, yeah, I've had it before, don't worry. And this weird lemon stuff came out. And I don't know if you've seen the P.T. Anderson movie, The Master, with Joaquin Phoenix.
I have 50 times.
Yeah. And he makes a crazy concoction when he crushes down pills, paracetamol and stuff like this. And he makes a wild drink, and Philip Seymour Hoffman drinks it. And he's like this. He's like, he shoots it and he goes, oh, he's like that. Well, it was like that. I swear there were pills mashed into it. There was wild stuff in it, and I kind of went into space. And the next day I had the shivers, like I had the shakes.
They actually crush pills and put it in there?
Yeah, it was very cloudy. So I was like, there are definitely pills crushed in that shit. And you need to know what you're asking for before they'll bring you one.
Is it on the menu? Do they tell you what it is?
It's not on the menu. And he was living in Barcelona, astrophysicist living in Barcelona.
I remember that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant guy.
You went out to dinner with his lady and all that.
Yeah.
Ah.
It was a little incestuous because my girlfriend dated him for 6 years. She was like, it was a very weird thing. I was like, afterwards, I was like, I got on great. We had a great time. But I was like, I hope I get kudos for the fact that you brought me to meet your ex-boyfriend, for the evening. But of course, I wasn't getting any kudos. Like I'd ever introduce an ex-girlfriend to my current girlfriend. I would never do that.
You're allowed to do that to the boys, but you are not allowed to do that to the girls.
No.
That's a fact.
Anyway, the guy was a great guy, but Yeah, he was pounding the drinks and
Wow.
super one of the most intelligent people I've ever hung out with. But yeah, he ordered that drink, and I swear to God, I texted him the next day. I was like, "Great night, but like, I have the shakes, and I never get the shakes." Like, there was something weird in that fucking drink. Barcelona is fucking wild for that, but the cocktail culture in Barcelona is very strong. By the way, if you want your watch stolen or your wallet stolen, Barcelona.
Barcelona's the place to go.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Gabri, €100. Love the show. What's the maddest thing you both recently did? Well, you know what I recently did, which was very stupid.
What?
I went after the guy that spit on me.
Oh, that's right. You followed the
I
guy
followed
spit on
him
Dirk
twice.
and he followed him.
Yeah. Some guy with a backpack. You know what he looked like? Because I have pictures. I showed pictures of him on my show. Do you remember in Casino Royale, the guy that did the free jumping? The beginning of the movie, the African guy.
All the parkour, the beginning of that movie.
Yeah, the guy that's jumping on all the girders and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's parkour.
Is that what you call that? Parkour? What does that mean?
Look it up. It's people jumping on stuff. You know, you see a guy who walks up to a building and jumps on the walls and climbs his way up the fucking thing and then leaps over onto it. That's called parkour.
Oh, I didn't know that. Because I've seen interviews with that guy, and like I guess it just went over my head. Anyway, he looked just like that guy. He was a handsome guy. Could have been a model, and he spit on me. And after I got my composure back, I went after him, and that was a very, very stupid thing to do.
It was ballsy.
And I confronted him on the street, and I said, "Why the fuck did you spit on me?" And then he's like, "Because you're the fucking white devil. You're the problem." I said, "How am I the problem? I'm just taking pictures."
You're the white man.
Well, whatever. And then everybody's there, and I said, "This guy just spit on me," and that's when he took off. So that was probably Stigabri. Thank you so much for the 100 years. What's the craziest, maddest thing you've done recently, Asheen?
Jesus, I don't know. I have to think. It's been fairly benign recently, I think. I've done a lot of fucking crazy shit in my life, but I don't know about recently. I don't know. I don't know if this really compares, but people reach out to me who are viewers and they want to come meet, and it's a massive risk for me. That was last time. It was I don't know who I was gonna hang out with.
I did it three times.
Yeah,
three times.
This one was very out of the blue. And I wasn't even a watch person. It was a person who saw the Venice video, just Venice.
Oh,
not even a watch person. But anyway, that wasn't that crazy. Whatever. It was actually a really fun night. But I don't know. If something comes to mind, I'll think of it because I feel like I owe it to Gabri for the €100.
I know.
Yeah.
Let me give you a big bang boom. Let me see if one we didn't use yet. I'll use the one that he loves the most. Thank you so much, Gabri. That's incredibly generous of you. I got it right the second time. I mean, like you're a single guy. Maybe you could find like your next girlfriend. I mean, that could happen too. Anything can happen. Meeting strangers, right?
That's true.
I mean, I've met 3 people from the show so far. Met Easy E. We had coffee. Had a great time. Went to all the stores. I met Scotty Love. Incredible. We went to the Museum of Art, Metropolitan Museum of Art. And I went out with Angelo Minichello, and we had a lovely day, coffee, and then dinner. So I have to say,
these are names that you know well.
Well,
I get messages from people I've never seen. I don't know who they are, and I said it actually. Actually, was the time before I met with a very nice guy, and I met his family, and everything was very interesting. But I was like, you're probably going to be the last person I meet because it's getting a bit dangerous and weird now, so I got to be careful. But then I broke that promise last night, but it turned out to be a great night. I don't know. I'm sure I did. I got up to some fucking wild stuff recently, but my barometer of like if somebody spit on me on the street, my story would be how I followed him and then grabbed him and threw him in the river. It would be a bit more intense. I was arrested a bit. What was that? Not arrested, but like, remember 2 years ago, New Year's Eve, I wound up in trouble.
Yeah.
That was, yeah. Do you remember that? I spent New
do.
Year's Eve. I listened to the fireworks when I was sitting in the precinct. I get in a lot of trouble. You know, I've been arrested a bunch of times in New York and stuff. I get into a lot of shit. So, you know,
It happens.
it happens.
Andrew says, Oisin, don't give out the name of the maddest thing you've done recently. Her husband might be watching.
I wish that were true. I wish that were true, but it's been fairly dry recently. But yeah, what are you gonna do? It's all good.
You know, when you go looking for stuff like that, you never find it. That stuff has to just happen. That's how I've always felt about like love. When you're least looking for it, it comes your way. You don't expect it. When you go out looking for it, you know, when you're out at the bars, out at the clubs, out at the whatever.
Well, I nearly got into that fight a few weeks back. I met up with a bunch of lads here. They were from Mestre, and they went, "Let's go to Santa Margarita." And we walked from the Rialto. It was a late night scene. We went to Santa Margarita, and the lads, all they were doing was looking for figa. Figa is on their mind.
Oh, that's
figa.
Don't tell them what that means.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God.
Were they saying that? How old are they?
I mean,
oh my God.
They're just staring at everything, and they're just trying to hit on every single girl. And I'm like, lads, relax, have a fucking smoke and a drink. Jesus Christ. So then one of the guys goes, "Oh, he's a YouTuber," and then these girls come over. But then the other guys were talking to these girls, so we dragged them away from the other guys. And the other guys were from Sicily, and they wanted to fight then.
Oh,
they were serious, and I had to kind of talk them down off the ledge there, you know, because they were ready for a scrap. And I was like, "Oh, fuck."
Well, those guys, I mean, you know, that culture.
They got very offended. They were like, "You stole our girls." In the end, the girls walked away anyway. They weren't interested in anyone. Right. None of us.
Certainly not those squatty, hairy little fire plugs.
They weren't. They were just like, you know. But then your man, like, he blamed it on us. Then I was like, "Dude, relax." Like, but he had fire in his eyes. He was ready to go, and I was like, "Oh, I'll go. I'm from fucking Dublin. I'll go too." But you don't. Do you want to be in the newspaper tomorrow, or you want to just go home and get some sleep? You know.
Yeah, but you have to be careful of people like that, because, you know, those are guys that bring guns to fist fights, you know.
Yeah, he could have been packing, I don't know.
Or a knife or any of that shit. Sicilians like knives.
Sicilians, yeah.
Yeah, they like knives.
Dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like in the Neapolitans. You know, they fight dirty.
Yeah.
No offense, Neapolitans, but I don't think there's any Neapolitans.
Oh, they're dirty fighters.
Who was it that said Paul's cousin said, "This is great." He goes, "Oh, Napoli," and he goes, "You want to go to Napoli?" He goes, "We'll go. I'll go with you. We'll get off the train. We'll have coffee over pizza. We'll get back on the train and get the fuck out of there." He goes, "You know why? There's no reason to go to Napoli. You know why?" He goes, "If it wasn't dirty, no one would go see it. People go there just to see how fucked up it is."
There's a lot of good food in Napoli.
Well, sure. He said, "We'll go stop. We'll have coffee. Go to Gambrinus, and then we'll go to whatever the name of that pizzeria is, the very first pizzeria that's still there." He goes, "We go there. We'll do that." And he goes, "And then we'll get back on the train. We'll go back." Because he says there's nothing. He goes, "Did you notice there's not one great hotel in Napoli?" I said, "Is there not?" He goes, "No, not one." Because they're all probably
not.
Yeah,
probably not.
Yeah. He goes, Google it. So I Googled it, and there's no like Four Seasons or there's no great hotels there.
Has YouTube fame ever gotten you laid? Yeah. Yeah, it has.
Wow.
It has. Well, I mean, Blondie came over.
Oh,
and then
that just got snipped. That's gonna be on every stream.
What, you think we just looked at the sunset the whole time?
No, it's amazing. I was like, wow.
And yeah, and those black girls at Hard Rock, they were they looked me up. They're like, you know, and then they were like, I don't know if that was really what. Oh yeah, I mean,
they were big watch girls.
Florence, I nearly got late for that. I don't know. I got a lot. I got laid a lot more for being in a rock band, but I was younger and
Well,
prettier.
that's what.
But now I'm 60. Now I'm 60 years old.
You're 60.
Apparently.
You're supposed to father
60 with a
several
big
children while you're in a rock band. It's a prerequisite.
Well, yeah, kind of done that.
Easy E says, I've never had an Italian pizza, only American pizza, which thinks it's Italian. That's completely true. It's not the same
Man.
food in any way, shape, or form.
Oh,
Have you
God.
not been to Italy, Easy E? I'm
know
shocked.
There's a half decent pizza, Italian, kind of northern Italian style pizza at Serafina, which you'll find in New York.
I love the pizza at Serafina.
Yeah, it's
Very
not bad.
good. Yeah.
But
I mean, there's great pizza in New York. It's not Italian pizza. It's
just a new level.
It's just a totally different thing. There's great versions of it. Like John's is great on Bleecker. It is great pizza. I don't think like Grimaldi's and Patsy's. I don't think that's anything to write home about. The famous ones. But John's on Bleecker, I think that's the closest you'll get to getting a real Italian pizza. It's this close.
Really?
The flour is different. The water is different.
Okay.
The mozzarella is different.
I've never had it.
John's is very good.
Yeah.
John's will make you feel like, but then again, I've never been to Napoli, so I'm uneducated when it comes to that. I only know Neapolitan style pizza. I've never actually physically had pizza in Napoli. Until I do so, I will remain silent because how can I say anything about it? I've never had it. You have though.
But I haven't had that. I've had Neapolitan style here in Italy. Certain places where they have a guy, but
sure,
many say that it's still,
it's not quite. Yeah. Well,
but it's much higher level. A bad pizza in Italy is like a standard pizza in the States, or
probably true.
Yeah.
Now, it's very similar for like things like bagels, or like pizza in LA. Why can't a guy from New York who makes pizza in New York or bagels in New York go to LA and open up and make a fortune? Because he can't get the water, and New York water is very special water. It's some of the best civic water in the world, and it's well known that New York City water is incredible. It's very soft, doesn't need any of the bullshit. LA's got the worst water in the world. You have to have a Culligan man. You have to have a guy come in and hook up a system that softens the water out because there's too many hard minerals in it. But what's Napoli, like it's a volcanic, all volcanic soil, and the tomatoes, all the San Marzano tomatoes are from that area.
I mean, the idea is that if you have first of all, in Naples, you get the margarita.
Of course.
There is no other real. I mean, people see a margarita, it's the first on the menu in the pizzeria, and they think it's the boring one.
Mm-hmm.
So they add things. They go, oh, no, I want all of this other stuff. But if you're in Naples, you just get the margarita.
Yeah.
And you're having tomatoes that were just picked that day and a mozzarella that was made that morning. And it's all about that freshness and the attitude and the way that the problem with the pasta, the base is if there's any uncooked part, if it's mollo, if it's like chewing gum or anything, or if it's uncooked and it's going to sit in your stomach all night, they don't want that. They want it to be air. That's what they want. They want it to be crunchy and al dente, and they want it just to disappear like air. So that's why they can't stomach any other pizza anywhere in the world, because they're like, this is just garbage. It's just fucking mound of shit that's just barely cooked, whatever.
I told you that's what happened to me and Angela. We went to a very good restaurant. The pasta was very good, but it was crudo. It was not cooked. And I love al dente pasta, and it was hard. Jim says, hey, Jim, Arturo's. I got to say, man, you're right. I love
I've been to Arturo's.
Yeah, Arturo's is good. You could smell it a block away.
Yeah,
it's really burnt. It's like
I can't remember if I liked it. I'm not a big pizza eater.
It's coal fired. Yeah, he's not a big pizza guy.
I went to that famous place in Greenpoint that everybody was talking about. It was awful.
In Greenpoint,
I brought the doctor there. The worst.
In Greenpoint, there's something famous in Greenpoint.
There's a famous pizza place in Greenpoint. I went there with Dana and
Emmett. Oh, Paulie G's.
I don't know what it's called, but whatever. They're famous, and they have one with fucking I don't know, honey on it or something.
No, fuck honey on
Oh,
pizza.
go
Dude,
away.
fuck off.
And I made the mistake of bringing because she reads all the fucking TripAdvisor reviews and stuff.
Sure.
And she's like, I was like, okay, we can go there. And the two of us, we ordered their famous pizza that people go on about. And I mean, if you think I'm not a pizza snob. I don't eat pizza, but I'm aware of the snobbery. The doctor was the biggest pizza snob on earth.
Most Italians are.
Yeah, but she was extreme. And she looks at me, she takes a bite, and she looks at me, and she goes, it tastes like cornflakes. And I was like, oh my God, you're fucking right. It tastes like cornflakes. And she goes, we're leaving. And we just got up, and we had one bite out of these big 2 pizzas. We just got up and we walked out. And she was like, what's wrong? And I was like, it's just an America thing. They think more is better. They just want to.
Did you get the honey pizza though?
Whatever one, the famous one everybody talks about. And it was weird because just before that, we went into this new bar in Greenpoint, and it was an old friend who used to come to the shows, and he owns the bar. And he was like, oh my God, fuck Oisin. He's from Ireland. No, I can't believe it. I haven't seen you in years. And he was like, oh, you've got to try the pizza down the street. So we went. Man, we just walked out. She was like, what's wrong? But in the meantime, the Italians can't make a cheeseburger. I brought her for different places. Yeah.
You know, they're going to get
New York, any fucking shitty bar, Irish bar, whatever, has a great cheeseburger. And she's like, why can't we just make this? And she's finishing mine and everything. She's blowing through the cheeseburgers like there's no tomorrow. Because she's like, this is so simple and brilliant. And I was like, I don't know. The Italians, they try too hard with cheeseburgers. They try to get all fancy, and all they need to fucking do is France is bad too.
Paul said when we went, we were in France eating French food for like a week, and he's like, I just want a burger. And his dad was like, yeah, let's get a burger. And they sat down, and the burger, they were like, you know, they get all this stuff right, but man, something as simple as a burger. He said, this tastes like foie gras. He goes, it's just so over thought out. And because I just want meat on a bun with some, you know, pickles and some lettuce and tomato, and that's it. You know, and then they look at you like, he said, can I have some ketchup? And they gave him the French ketchup look. He goes, God. Ketchup goes on burgers.
Oh my God. The Europeans, they can't figure it out, especially the continental Europeans. Like the Italians, they struggle with a fucking simple thing like a good old solid cheeseburger. Meanwhile, the New Yorkers make it in their sleep.
In their sleep. Frank Lamana says, it's just different pizza styles. I will agree because I'll eat cafeteria pizza. I am not a pizza snob, and I've had the best pizza in the world, except for Napoli. People put their own take on an original. I only ever order pizza Sicilian square style or regular margherita. I don't want any toppings. I don't want mushrooms. I don't want spinach. I don't want anchovy. I don't want any of that shit on my pizza. I just want pizza. So I agree. But you know what? Look, and I was talking to Emmett, and he's funny, and he's a bit of a pizza snob too. But we both agreed we'll eat pizza in the airport. I'll eat it. I don't care. Because I love pizza. I eat the squares, the frozen kind. I don't give a shit. Cheese, bread, and tomato. It's just a marriage made in heaven. I mean, I can't think of anything more delicious than those 3 ingredients. It's pretty great. So I don't have a problem with that. Thank you so much, Frank Lamana. Let's give you, we haven't used Super Chat Husband in a while. Here he goes. And Andrew with the 20 Canadian balloons. Pizza is like sex. I would rather have, at this point in my life,
when it's good, it's very good. But when it's bad, it's still pretty good. Upvote everyone, subscribe, become a patron.
Thank you, baby doll. Let's give you
hey, listen, it's great drunk food. Like, you know.
Oh yeah. What's the best drunk food? McDonald's?
No.
White Castle?
No. Because of the Italian thing, I'm spoiled. There's pizza. There's pasta mezzanotte, which is the pasta you make when you come back with a bunch of people from the bar. Everybody's drunk, and you go to someone's apartment after midnight. Mezzanotte is midnight,
sure.
And somebody rustles up a nice spaghetti with butter and peas or something, and just freshly made like that. They rustle it up. It's called pasta mezzanotte.
That's what I make every day of my life in this house.
Yeah, it's like a thing you do because, you know, people all decide whose house are we going to. You know, do you have wine at your house? Yeah, and everybody goes back and everybody's sitting around and they rustle up a pasta mezzanotte and you just you fucking love. Otherwise, it's kebabs.
Right.
Kebabs are great for drunk food. You just munch through that stuff.
I want mozzarella sticks when I'm drunk.
Mozzarella sticks, yeah. I like all that Turkish stuff and the Greek stuff and so on. You know, you go into some place at 3 a.m. and
diners.
Yeah, and they just throw you a ton of stuff and pita bread and I mean you kill food when you're drunk like that. You kill food. Everything is beautiful.
Emmett puts chips. He puts French fries on his sandwiches and burgers. That's his go-to.
Who?
Your brother. He likes to put the chips, the French fries, onto a sandwich.
A chip butty, which is
chip buddy. Yeah, he makes a chip buddy.
Yeah, that's a piece of white sliced pan with loads of butter and French fries, freshly made French fries across it with vinegar and salt, and you roll it up.
Yeah, delicious.
And people love that shit. Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people outside of the United States know about the one great thing about living in America is the diner. And we're slowly losing them because they were invented by Greek Americans who came over here. Immigrants came over to America and contributed greatly to the fabric of the United States of America and created the diner. And it's a 24-hour breakfast all day, dinner all day, anything you could possibly want. This massive menu of everything you could imagine. The best burgers, the best grilled cheese you'll ever have in your life. And if you're drunk and you go in there,
old-fashioned fucking New York diner, man.
Old-fashioned. You get an egg cream, chocolate egg cream.
I would kill for one here. I would be there every day. I fucking love.
I took the Italians to one, and they were like, what is this? Like, what the fuck? They're like looking at the menu like everything was crazy. What did they get? They got Reuben sandwiches, corned beef sandwiches.
They killed it.
Yeah, they killed it. And they're like, "Oh, this is so delicious!"
And the refills of coffee, were they surprised? Not just the refills constantly coming.
Yeah,
and Coca-Cola just constantly refill. You only pay for your first one.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you pay for.
I love diner. I love American diners.
And the coffee is always fresh. You will never go in a diner and get a stale cup of coffee.
Yeah, some of the best drip coffee I've ever had were in diners.
Yeah, it's the only drip coffee I'll drink because I don't like drip coffee. Yeah. It's too acidic and it's too, drinking it big. It's a commitment.
Sometimes it's fucking chocolate. There's a place downtown near my old building there around the corner, and it's a classic old diner. And they had a coffee machine downstairs and one upstairs. And the one upstairs the fucking coffee was to die for, and I would dream about it. And I would just say, I'm going upstairs. I need their coffee. And it was drip coffee, but it was just potent, really, really strong and so luscious. And the strong flavors of coffee, just because I don't put sugar or anything in coffee because I think it drowns out the flavor of coffee.
Black.
Yeah, yeah. And it was great. And I mean, diners are just fucking, a lot of the stuff they have on the menu is garbage, but
sure.
Just, get some eggs,
Just get a big bowl of eggs and some dry toast with butter on it.
Right, yeah. Oh, man.
I used to get, my go-to was a Belgian waffle with 2 over easy eggs on top.
Oh, man.
And then you just cut it so the egg yolks just drizzle all over the thing and you make a big sloppy mess.
That's the first thing we're doing when I get back to New York.
Diner? Sure.
Diner. Let's do it.
I just took
Where are we doing? Courthouse?
Yeah, we'll go to Court Square. Yeah.
Court Square.
It's still, I had lunch there with Paulie and Steve last week because my buddy works in the neighborhood now and he's a Long Island guy. So he knows diners. There's still tons of them out in Long Island. But I said, Court Square is really good. And he's a coffee junkie. And we've been going to Santa Chiara and going for great coffee. He goes, dude, this is the best cup of Joe I've had in a diner in years. He really liked it. It was delicious. And I think I got a grilled cheese and tomato. And Paul got a burger. He got a cheeseburger deluxe.
I love deluxe because you get the pickle. But you can't you have to just eat like they don't slice the pickle, so I'm like, and I just wind up eating the pickle and taking a bite of the burger and doing this, and it's fucking great. Best Irish butter, easy to eat. Well, we used to say Kerrygold, but now it's my sister sent me this kind of artisan butter.
Kerrygold. Oh, the artisan butter. Fuck off.
No, it was in tubes and
I know, with a paper wrap. Yeah, that's the new trend.
No, it was sick. It was sick.
Did you have it
on food? Yeah, I put it on food. I made guinea fowl one night here with Lydia, and she fucking wolfed it down because I put that fucking Irish butter on it. You can't put it in at the beginning because butter will burn in an oven. But toward the end, you put the butter on, and man,
glaze it with butter.
Fucking Irish butter is like the greatest. But Kerrygold is a good go-to.
President is good, easy. The best is
tuna melt.
That's what Paul had, a tuna melt. He always has a tuna melt.
Tuna melt.
That's what he has. Which to me sounds bizarre. So you've got tuna salad with cheese on
with cheese. Yeah, the Italians would never go for it because you don't mix fish and cheese ever.
Cheese, right? It's not kosher.
It's just they never do it. But I love a good tuna melt. Oof. So it's getting me hungry now.
I'm in a supermarket. This is a couple of years back. I'm in the supermarket with his mother, and we're shopping. And she goes, "Dirk, could you go get me some butter?" And I went and I got some nice big block of Kerrygold. And I came back.
My mother?
Your mother? I'm at Dunn's.
Oh, nice.
And so she said, "What's that?" I said, "Kerrygold." She goes, "Put it back. Just get the cheapest one." And I said, "Are you sure?" She goes, "It's all Irish butter.
It's all Irish. It's the same."
And she was right.
No, absolutely. You think my ma doesn't know?
No, of course she knew.
So yeah, I mean,
and she got some butter that I'd never heard of, and it was delicious. But just to be fair, like, you know who does the worst butter in the world? Italians.
Terrible.
Italian butter is so
bricks and oil. It's not good. And they have a salted version, which is a little better, but the Italians don't know butter. And that's why we all need to come together and share our knowledge. The Irish and the Italians, the Irish can bring their stout and their whiskey and their butter and their fucking fish soup, their chowders, and the Italians can give them back whatever they've got, which is tons of stuff. It's just like the Italians do not understand butter. They don't cook with butter. They don't know butter. They know olive oil. That's what they know. That's their expertise. The Irish know shit about fucking olive oil. They have no idea how to manipulate oil in any way or vinegar in the proper way, unless it's malt vinegar. It's just, we need to all come together, guys, and share our little things. We need.
That's what America's for.
America's the melting pot,
right? That's why we're supposed to have all the good stuff, and we do for the most part. We do get all the great Spanish stuff and Italian stuff, and I buy my Sicilian olive oil here. You can get Kerrygold at Costco. I've got 5 bricks of that shit in my refrigerator right now. Yeah, my sister won't eat Irish butter. She's got horror stories from when she was a kid. It's just because, in Ireland, everybody keeps their butter out. They don't refrigerate it. It keeps it on the
and I do the same with eggs here. We keep the eggs out. Eggs should not be in the fridge.
Yeah, but she did get a hold of some rancid
just eat them within a week. Don't leave them out too long. Julio's
look at that. Just said that.
Paella.
Just said that.
I hate you. I love a good paella. I love when they make a great paella with this fucking secret sauce is that last flame, and they bring up the temperature at the end and they scorch all the rice at the bottom of the fucking pan, and they bring it to your table, the full pan, and you scoop that, and all the rice at the bottom is like scorched. It's like burnt and it's chewy. Paella is a beautiful thing. I love it.
We went to the paella restaurant, and boy, was that the worst experience I can't even.
You had a bad one?
It was $100 for a garbage can lid of nothing. We're like, we'll all share a big paella, so we got a vegetarian one, which can be delicious, of course. Eggplant and had squash.
Fuck that.
And you want meats and shit?
Paella has to have shrimp and chicken and chorizo.
Anyway, it was one layer of rice, and there was like.
You had a bad experience.
No, I know. No, I've had great paella. Do you know who makes great paella?
Who?
Fucking Brian Halloran.
Really?
That guy made it at his
I
party.
make an okay one. My daughter said it's pretty good, and I especially do that last you turn up the flame. Shane McGurk Irish beef stew in the winter is to die for. Listen, here's the
You talk about that. I'll be right back.
Yeah, the secret with beef stew, or the original Irish stew, is lamb. Okay, so beef stew came after. Lamb is the most traditional. All right. My mother was here, so she might be watching. Lamb is the original Irish stew, but beef, fine. The thing about Irish stew is this: you make the stew, you make a huge stew that'll last you days. That first night, fine, it's piping hot, it's nice, but you leave it set overnight. You just put the lid on the top, and it sits. And the following days, it gets better. It patinas like a watch. It's beautiful. And like, if you make it on a Sunday night, by Tuesday, Wednesday, that stew, when you reheat it, is killer. It's to die for. A great stew has that kind of longevity thing to it. And the best stew you're going to have in the following days after. It's the worst it is its first night. You know, stew has to kind of sit there and, you know, ferment or whatever the fuck it does. I don't know what it does, but it's a wonderful thing. And during the winter, my God, it saves your life. Oh, I'm getting so hungry right now. This is not good. High test for smoked meat. I love smoked meat. I love smoked anything. I love smoked salmon. It's one of my favorite things in the world. New Zealand butter is great, says Tarakihi. I've never had it. I gotta try it. Drew, keep butter on the kitchen table. Yeah, in a little thing. You cover it so the flies don't get at it. But the butter has to be, keep it in the fridge. You can't even cut the shit. It's like rock hard. You break your bread apart trying to spread it. Easy. Butter should be nutty. I don't know about nutty, maybe. That's interesting. Drew, my Irish mother makes the best beef stew. Never had better. Well, an Irish mom knows how to do it. Drew, lamb is a must. My Irish father, lamb stew.
Yeah, keep eating those children. Think about evolution. Evolution.
Andrew, I've never tried venison stew. No.
You have to be a hunter to do that.
I have to try it. Oh, God. Ray, lamb must marinate. Yeah, you see the Irish know their stew. Like, it's an art.
My entire memory of my grandmother's house is just the smell of lamb. That's the only. Going in my Nana's house was just lamb. The whole house always smelled, because she always had lamb stew on. Always with parsnips. Irish are big into parsnips.
So fucking hungry right now.
Do you like a parsnip?
I can take it or leave it.
How about a turnip? Do you enjoy turnips? I do. I love them.
Yeah, it's all right. Depends on how you do it. It's like the Brussels sprouts.
I like to mash them and make them like mashed potatoes with butter, salt, and pepper. Delicious.
Oh, sure.
That's so good. So good. Yeah. Try coq au vin, easy. You know, I grew up with the French family, the François, and they owned a bunch of restaurants called Le Crêpe. And I actually was taught how to make coq au vin when I was a very young boy. And we used to make all these French ditties when I was a kid. And they were amazing chefs. Hilda and Jean, what was his name? Carrie, you're there, right? What was his name? Jean François. Yeah, Jean, right? Forget his name. Anyway, Lumberjackery, $9.99 with nothing to say. But hey, Lumberjackery.
He probably just fucked up. He'll write something.
Say something to us, will you? And I'll give you the monks. I got buzzed off of this Chinar already.
Really? Wow.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yes, indeed. Wow.
I have some Vermentino here. Some Vermentino.
Oh, nice. Oh, that looks good.
Look at that bottle. It's like a Riesling bottle from
That's like a super Riesling-y bottle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Vermentino.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah.
Wow. Mookie's in the room. He says, butter, salt, and pepper.
Okay.
Andrew Wolkowicz says, I had a venison stew at a hunt camp made by a 70-year-old Irishman. Of course it was the best you ever had. Of course it was. Interesting. Hellhound is wearing a Juge Le Coutre in the pub, left the Rolex at home as I do not want to get stabbed and robbed. You might get stabbed for your Juge Le Coutre, bro.
No, I think that's the point he's making. Like, nobody knows what it
They
is.
don't know it. Right.
They'll know a Rolex. What pub are you in, Hellhound? I'm jealous.
Ray cheese on toast. Is there anything better than cheese on like a
Grilled cheese sandwich, baby?
like Brennan's pan?
I used to make for Emmett's kids, for my niece and nephew. I used to make them a grilled cheese with a special potion, special magic. It was just crushed black pepper. That's all it was. But they never made it with that. So they'd be like, "Oh, Uncle Machine is mining us tonight. I can't wait for his special grilled cheese." I would put extra butter on it, and I would put pepper in there. They were little kids. Pepper isn't the thing that kids love, but those kids have like crazy palates, so they were loving.
They were obsessed with it, though.
Yeah, do you remember?
I remember that. Ella was like a cheese connoisseur when she was 3 years old. Yeah. She liked stinky cheese. She liked brie.
She'd smell our wines, and she'd be like, there's wood in that. There's roses in that. She'd like pick out everything else. So, I'd make them a special grilled cheese. They love that shit. And I wouldn't reveal I just revealed it, but that was my little secret. They loved it.
Here's Lumberjacker. Love your channels, gents. Thanks so much. Asheen, he picked up a 16618 because of your video on Make a Delicious Elk Stew. Yes, I hunt.
Oh, he hunts.
Yeah.
I respect hunters, as long as they're not bringing machine guns into the fucking forest. Like the one-shot guys,
sport fuckers, those cunts that just kill lions.
The sport guys I don't like, but I respect the deer hunter kind of guys, the De Niro deer hunter one-shot guys. Yeah, I respect those guys. Anyway, yes, man, thank you. That's a great watch. So you like the video? Yeah, it's all about getting the gold watch, man. Hey, do I have it here? I have it. I'll put it on.
Do you have it there?
I have it here. I'm doing a new video on my collection. So,
you're doing like a state of the collection?
Yeah, because you saw Mary Spender, the famous musician.
Sure.
Mary Spender. She did a watch video.
Dude, I featured her on my show 2 weeks ago, the day her shit dropped.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I did, yeah, because I watch all her videos. I love.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah. So she did a watch video. The watch world was like going crazy about it.
Well, it's funny because I caught it when she had 48 views, and I was like, "No, this girl doesn't have a." She's
it has popular. Like 150,000.
I know now it does, and I was like, I'm kind of in the watch world, so I'm gonna let everybody know about this. And then a day later, she had like 75,000 views. I was like, "You don't need me,"
No,
and I wrote her a nice little note too. Do you think I heard back from her? I did not.
No, this is like 5,000 comments. She's a big YouTuber.
She's a big. She wrote a song. She used to live in Long Island City.
Really?
She has a song called "LIC," and that's when I first discovered her. About I guess whenever she started her show, and she had a song, and she says, "I took the train at 21st and Ely," and I wrote her back, and I said, "It's Eli."
Eli.
And I said, it's a dead street, but however, it's not Ely, but it looks like ELY. So I could guess why she did that. And she wrote me back then.
Oh, really?
She had a new channel. And I was like, oh, you're a lovely guitar player and a lovely singer. And I live in Long Island City, and it's Eli, just so you know. And she wrote me back, oh, I didn't know because, nobody talks about it.
Yeah.
But anyway, now she's a bigwig. She's got, what does she have? Like almost 750,000 subs. Something like that.
on her music stuff.
Sure, yeah. And she's on Rick Beato all the time.
Well, he was always talking about her because she was the bigger channel. Now he's the way bigger channel.
Oh, is that right? Yeah,
this is her. Oh shit! I went forward. Sorry. Oops. Yeah. She has great camera work, and she's very, very earnest when she speaks to the camera. Mm-hmm. She goes through her watch collection, and it's It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Stop right like that.
Nicely put together.
Mhm.
Yeah. Lovely shots.
Yep.
Yeah. 137,000 for a first watch video. Fucking fantastic. 6,500
I was
subs.
like, I know, I like your music channel, but now that you're in the watch world, maybe I can help. And then the next day, I wrote, never mind.
Never mind. I did the same. Like I was like, oh, guys, sub to her, but she doesn't need my help. You know, she's great. But she went through her whole collection. I think she could have broken it up into several videos. Maybe she will. She's already doing the
she's going to continue this because she's doing well with it.
Yeah.
Listen, you got to diversify.
Look at those shots. And that's in slow mo and everything. It's in high frame rate. Well,
she's certainly got her channel down pat. She's made how many hundreds and hundreds of music videos. So
yeah,
she
knows what she's doing.
She knows what she's doing. And look at that beautiful lens focus, the length. That's beautiful bokeh.
It's 24 mil. It's a 24 mil lens.
It's gorgeous.
Right there.
Look at that. It's like Rembrandt, beautifully done. Yeah. She's got a moon swatch.
Yeah.
She's lovely. I think she's one of the most pleasant people on YouTube, and she's great.
Yeah,
and she's great. Yeah, good for her. Well, thanks.
Congrats on that lumber, Jackery. I'm setting my watch right now. Sorry, I'm gonna put it on.
You're gonna put it on. Grilled cheese and tomato. That's my go-to, and especially grilled cheese with the tomato soup. Oh God in heaven, tomato soup. I like to make tomato soup a lot. In the wintertime, I make it at least once a week. Do you like a tomato biscuit soup? Oh,
sure.
With cream and butter and pepper. White pepper. Oof. So good.
I love white pepper. I prefer white pepper over black pepper.
Me too, so do I.
On steak, white pepper is the best.
You get more coverage anyway.
You get more what?
More coverage. Because it's so fine.
Yeah, sure. So there's the
there you go. Beautiful.
Nice. Pretty watch. Very pretty. Let me ask our boy there, what was his name? Who got the watch? Is yours old? Did you get is it turning purple? Is there any purple coming out?
Lumberjackery.
That's
a very clever name, by the way.
Did you get a noughties one, a 90s one? Which one did you get? I'm curious. Anyway, we'll move on.
That's a gorgeous watch. I mean, that's a Grail watch. I did a whole thing on Grail. I have a new feature on Wednesdays, Grail Watch Wednesdays.
Oh, I like it.
It's my new feature since I've, don't do a whole hell of a lot of watch content. We do some, but, it's not strictly a watch thing. I'm trying to diversify and be inclusive and, get everybody's things in there. And, but Grail Watch is still a thing that's a big thing. So it was a really great Wednesday. Everybody kind of came to the table with their Grail Watches. We went over them. So I'm going to make that a regular feature. And the beauty of that is that, everybody's Grail watch changes from day to day. What you love this week. I said, it's funny for me, it hasn't changed. I have one of my Grail watches now, but the other one, that'll take a little bit of doing.
That's the CK2915.
Yeah, I'll never get that, but I'll get the 311, 310, 39, 33.00.01.
Did you see Sophie? Sophie?
Sophie, girl. Yeah, the girl who got robbed.
Yeah. She didn't make a huge deal out of it, and that was kind of
she didn't.
That was very kind of cool about it, what she did there. Anyway, she finally got a
Rhodium, huh?
She got a Rhodium Yachtmaster. And she gave me a shout out. She was like, I've watched your video so many times about this watch.
Oh,
yeah, that was kind of nice. Yeah.
She's lovely.
She's so sweet. She's so nice.
What a perfect watch for her. It's a big beast. Holy shit.
No, it's 37.
That's a 37?
That's a smaller one. She's a tiny little.
She's just tiny, huh?
That's
37.
That's a 37. Because the great thing about the Yachtmaster is it comes in 40 and 37 in many cases.
7.
Yeah, so you can do his and hers.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. But she was going mad about it. I just got a notification. I woke up and I was like, Sophie
Oh,
mentioned you. She was like, I watched your video about the Yachtmaster hundreds of times or so many times or whatever.
yeah, Godmaster
That was
doesn't get a
way
whole
back in
hell of a
the
lot
day.
of love in the
I
Rolex
know,
lineup,
and
you
it's one
know?
of the most gorgeous
It's
watches.
gorgeous. It's definitely good. Oh, did you see what John Hamm was wearing at the US Open finals?
Millie,
Milkhouse.
Milgas, yours.
Yeah, mine, blackface.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's like, huh, and they were having that cocktail that everybody's drinking there, like it's like a honey vodka drink, and they have a signature cocktail at the U.S. Open now, and it's very, very popular. Like they said, they sold like 100,000 of them during the tournament,
Wow.
and he was there. Obviously, he's back on the booze. Unbelievable. Hellhound says the Plo Prof has tripled in price due to that twat Thorpe. Thanks a lot. Well, you know what? It only takes one
Down to
person.
him.
Look at what John Mayer did.
Yeah.
You know, not that he's John Mayer, but
I
Jesus.
love the Plow Prof.
You have one.
No, it's gone back to the
Oh,
guy.
you
Yeah.
did have one. Oh, yeah, I like them too. I listen. It's a very unique watch. I could understand why it would polarize people, but man, its history, its design, it's
I
so
love it.
unique. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I love it. I actually wanted to get Paul's dad to get one because he's got that monster wrist.
That would suit him.
It would be perfect on him.
Mm-hmm.
He saw the new. Did you see that teaser today for the next Seamaster?
No, looking for my clips of the
I can
Plow
pull it up.
Prof.
He sent me a picture.
I did a video on big watches. Oh yeah, it's this one. This video has so much work in it, and it just never got the views. It's one of those tragedies of the channel. This is the one with it that's all worked into the film Poltergeist.
Oh,
because it's the beast. To her it's just another child, but to us it is the beast. It's the quote from the movie. Anyway, so I did a video on big watches, and the Plow Prof is in there. Let me see. I start with the Panerai. Oh yeah, we got the Plow Prof in there and stuff. Oh yeah, Battle of the Beasts. So we have, here it is. There it is there. That's the one I had for a bit. It's a big piece.
yeah, look at that mother. Oh man.
Look at that thing. It shines, man. It's a shiny watch.
Well, with that beautiful Milanese as well. So cool. I love that watch. Oh, look at that thing. It's crazy.
Mad. Look how it glimmers.
Now, what year is that one?
I think that one's 2012.
2012.
Yeah.
I think that's the most.
They're all titanium now. This is a steel one. It's very heavy. And I don't think you can get this one from Omega anymore. You have to get it on the secondary market.
Look at that. Look at that bezel. Yeah.
I work it all into like the Poltergeist movie. This is one of my favorite videos I ever made. And
yeah, that's great.
Watched it. But look at
that you like a mother.
Yeah. Look, that's shiny and white. Oh, it's gorgeous.
I want that watch really desperately badly.
You think you could wear it though?
What's the size of it?
Honestly, lug to lug, it isn't that bad. It's yeah, you could probably rock it because it's not. See, from this lug to this lug, it's actually only 46 mils.
Oh, it's 46.
It's strange because people think it's huge because it's wide this way, but it's not that wide that way.
That's what counts.
Yeah. And when
anything bigger than 42 on me looks a little stupid because I have
42 is, you're talking about diameter. I'm talking about lug to lug.
Oh, that's interesting.
Lug to lug is different. So you're talking 49, 50 mils for the larger watches. This isn't that large lug to lug.
Okay.
Now,
I've never tried one on. So
lug width and lug to lug are two different things. So lug width is this. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see it. No, I can see it.
So lug width is this, and then lug to lug is this.
Love to love you.
Yeah. So you're talking about diameter. That's a different thing. And the diameter on this watch is very elusive because where are you going to measure it from? Like
That's very
it's all
true.
over the place, right? But lug to lug, it's actually, I think it's only 46 or 47 mils. That's not bad. There are a lot of watches that you could wear that are way over that.
Sure.
So, and this one, of course, has the steel. It is all steel, and the steel Milanese. That's fucking big beast, big monster. Woo, she's beautiful.
She's beautiful. I love that
She's
watch.
also in the Lisbon video. Let me find that one. There's some nicer shots in the Lisbon video.
Right, they did do the summer blue as well. But Travis just mentioned, yeah, they did do the summer blue.
Oh, that's slightly smaller. That one.
Is it?
Yeah, it's smaller. It's not, it's not hugely noticeable, but people are saying that it's a few millimeters smaller. Where is this? Maybe it's up here with the bridge. I don't know. Fuck. These videos are so fucking long. So much going on.
55 by 45 millimeter. That's how they do it. Wow. This watch it's lefty?
Yeah, it points the other way.
Yeah.
It's very confusing. Yeah. It's kind of cool though.
I love the back with the Neptune, the trident. Amazing.
Right.
And the hippocampus. Yeah. It's really cool. Oh man. I like that one the best. The one that you have on, I think that's the best one.
It is sexy. People. I'm looking for, I'm scouring here. I can't even remember my own videos. Look at the watch that I had, though, during that time from the same chap, same friend, this AP.
Oh, man. Yours is nicer than that.
Yeah? You think?
Oh, fuck yeah. Yours is way nicer.
Love this white dial one. It's, look at
I mean, God. It's nice, sure, but I think yours is way cooler than that. I mean, it's nice. Oh, sure, it's nice. I can see why you like it. Yeah, some beautiful panoramas.
I can't fucking find this bin. Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go.
Oh, look who's in the room. Carolyn Merton recovering from her thing. Dirk, sometimes size does matter, but don't bump, Carolyn. And that watch looks good on my husband, who's a monster.
Yeah, he's
and I think it might be too big for you. I think it is, but yeah, I think it probably is. Indeed. Thank you, Carolyn Martin. Instead of a bang, I'm just going to give you a big.
Now you see the way the crown points into my arm?
Yeah.
It's the other way around.
It wouldn't do that on mine.
No, yeah, because you wear it on the other side.
Not today because I'm on the show, so I wear it on my left hand for the show. But in my real life, I wear it on this wrist.
Now you see how small it is lug to lug?
Yeah.
You see how much bracelet you can see on either side?
See, that's amazing.
So you'd be able to rock it.
I bet you I would. I'll have to try one on. I have to look at all the different iterations and see.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like that one the best, though, because I think it's the most attractive of all.
Mm-hmm.
There's been so many. The original one, not so much. The original, like, Jacques Cousteau one.
Yeah, the 600 meter.
Yeah. That thing is a little bit ugly.
Yeah, but it has charm, man.
No. I get the charm. I definitely do get the
Old
charm.
watch lady has one of those.
Old watch lady has everything.
Yeah.
Name a watch, any watch. She's got it all.
She's got it all.
She's got it all. She certainly has every Rolex and Omega that's ever been made. For sure. She has those. She's got two.
She has all the APs that matter.
Oh, does she have all the APs?
Historic. Yeah, the historic ones with the crazy dials and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So she made it public. So now I can tell everybody. She broke her thumb. So she had to have a little bit of surgery. So
that happened?
Yeah. So she had it on Tuesday. I just, of course, Carol and I did not disclose that. I just said that you were feeling under the weather. I didn't want anybody to know, but since you made it public, that's why we sent out our best wishes to the girl we love, the girl with the wrench, Carolyn Merton, because she broke her thumb. And she actually went on vacation with a broken thumb because
That's
she
right.
put off the surgery because she had to go see her family. That's the type of girl she is. And I was like, "You sure you want to do that?" She's like, "Oh." But I hope the surgery went really, really well. Breaking your thumb is very, very bad. There's a lot of recuperative time. You got to put the whole thing. You got to be in that crazy cast for a while. It's much better off if you break your pinky. Breaking your thumb. That's like if I said if cats had opposable thumbs, they would rule the world. We would not be the top of the food chain. Cats would be. We'd be dead in a second. So
yeah, they wouldn't miss us.
they would enjoy us for food.
Yeah.
Maybe they would eat
like,
JD Vance.
They'd be like, please. And they'd be like, yeah, whatever. Goodbye. Because cats don't care.
The cats don't give a shit. They really don't. But like they say at the end of the day, if you die in front of your dog will just sit there and mourn you. And if you sit there with your cat, the cat will eat you.
Yeah, a day or two later, the cat will be like, oh, fuck, I may as well eat him.
Because you start to smell.
Because now he's not giving me food anymore. I may as well just use him. You're mercenary. Dogs love you. Cats tolerate you.
Yeah, no, cats love you too. They really do. They definitely do. So I just got a text message from the crazy person. Okay. In less than 4 years of wide open borders, voodoo and animal sacrifices are now commonplace in America. In a little over a month, at least a dozen wounded animals or carcasses have been discovered in federally managed Spring Creek Park and Howard Beach and the Jamaica Bay Wildlife Refuge. That's my backyard, by the way, kids. In Broad Channel, including 5 pigs with partially severed ears. Animals recovered from the revolting scene are also near dead baby rat. So this is what I've been getting every day. And I said, please stop. And it's not stopping. And no sites to, no metadata.
They'll be voting for Trump for sure. Because Trump's going to save us from all of that.
Yeah. No, she already said that she is that. And I just don't know what to do about it. I really don't know what to do.
Space lasers made my dog gay. Yeah.
Yeah. My cat was trans, and we supported her transition. I mean, fuck off, people. I think all animals are probably bisexual. They don't care. They just want to hump. They don't care. You ever see a dog hump another boy dog? They all do it.
Dogs hump your leg, and we're a different species.
Yeah, so. They don't care. They just want to hump. It's ridiculous. I don't know. Simon's cat is so hilarious and apropos. Agree. I love Simon. Amazing shit. Ray says, see what you made me do? Photo sent Dirk. Okay, what'd you send me? Let me go look.
He's cooking a fucking stew, probably.
Don't send me carcasses. Oh no, he's making a grilled cheese. Right,
grilled cheese, love it.
He's got the toast in the cooker. He's got his toast down there in the cooker. Let me get rid of that.
Lovely.
You don't have a toaster, an actual toaster? You got to put it in the oven? Jesus.
Yeah, he's working with what he's got.
I haven't used my oven in fucking.
He has one of those hobs. He has one of those electric hobs.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing.
You don't have one of those.
Hobs?
Hob is like the top of the stove. Like,
can I ask you a question about British and Irish stoves that have the covers on them? You know, the ones when you see a cooker in like the UK, they have like a cover on the top, like it's a hinged cover. It's something you don't see. You don't really see it in Ireland either, but you see it in like Stanley Tucci's house and fancy people. But any kind of a stove in a British kitchen has this kind of cooker top that has a cover on top of it, and I don't know what that is. Looks good, right?
I'm at a loss, but he can boil water in 30 seconds on that thing.
If that's induction.
Induction is.
It could be electric.
That's the word I was looking for. Induction.
You had induction, and you showed me. You said, "You want to see this? Come here." And you put the boiling with the water on the top there. 30 seconds later, it was boiling.
Yeah, induction is wild.
It's some kind of crazy technology.
But gas is also good. Like gas is different. Gas is you can control things better. Induction gets out of control,
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
I wanted induction for Laverne because she loved to walk on top of the stove, and I used to get worried because if it ever got hot,
sure.
and those don't get hot, they just
don't.
It's amazing.
I mean, they get warm, but they don't get you can't really burn yourself on the induction.
You take the boiling pot of water off, and then you touch the surface, and it's barely warm. It's just because it's the reaction of the metal, and aluminum doesn't work on there. It has to be steel or copper. It's incredible shit. It's incredible science, people. Science.
It's a lot of fun. If you want to make a cup of tea, you have it made in 30 seconds.
I mean,
but the gas is nice because you have a lot more manual control. It's like stick shift in a car with gas. And electric is the worst because it takes for fucking ever.
Electric is the worst. Here's a funny thing from Ray Wild. Got me emos. When I can't drink my own piss, carling is the next best thing.
That's good.
He said the funniest joke the other day. You want to hear the funniest joke? It was really good, and I read it to the show the other day. It was like, I can remember it. So he's like, it was like a self-help, like a Dear Dirk kind of thing. And he goes, Dear John, I really suspect my wife is cheating on me. She goes out with the girls a lot, comes in at all hours. Whenever the phone rings and I pick it up, they kind of hang on and then hang up on me real quick. So every time I try to wait up for her, I'm about 3 or 4 beers in, so I wind up falling asleep. But this weekend, I knew she was going out, so I waited outside. We live near the river, and I've got a little boathouse at the end of the driveway. So I snuck into the boathouse, and I'm crouching down, and there she pulls up, and she's in the car with another man. And she comes out and buttons her blouse up. And then she comes out and she takes her panties out of her purse and she puts them back on. And it was at that moment that I was crouched down and I noticed that I had a little crack on the back of the manifold of my engine block. Do I have that repaired or do I have to send that into a service center?
I love this. I was watching some vintage Steve Martin earlier, and I came across one that I'd seen years ago, but I love it, and I'll say it again. First of all, we get to Travis Watts.
Hey, Travis.
After Ron celebrating my best friend's 50th.
Oh,
thanks for the snap best wishes. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Travis Watts.
I love your Speedy on the strap.
Oh, yeah.
That's very the American.
Man of taste and style. First of all, look how beautiful it looks on that. Speedy can wear anything. Have fun tonight, Travis.
So Steve Martin is like, so I went out with a beautiful woman the other night. We had a lovely date. She invited me back to her house, and she had the best pussy I've ever seen. Everyone starts laughing. He's like, "Oh no, come on. What's wrong with you? I'm talking about her cat. Jesus, you guys are filthy. Gee, I can't believe you guys thought about that." And then he goes, "That cat was the best fuck I ever had."
That's terrible.
Steve Martin, come on, you gotta love him.
You
don't find that funny because you're just obsessed with cats. I just thought it was funny.
I know. I have all those records from the 70s. We bought them. Like Let's Get Crazy.
Tuna fish sandwich.
Yeah, tuna fish sandwich.
Yeah.
What was it? Small Talk.
Yeah.
I have all that stuff.
Amazing.
I have those records.
I'm
sure they're in here somewhere. Like if I didn't have 8 million records. Yeah, talk for a second. I bet you I'll find it. If I can find the Steve Martin vinyl.
Sure. Ray. Excellent delivery, Dirk. Thank you. And my popper song.
I've got 800 million vinyl records. Peter Schilling. Wow.
He's going through his records. All my records are back in my man's house in Ireland. Such a collection.
With Major Tom. My mother said to get things done. I should alphabetize these cunts.
Easy E vinyl record store in NYC. Yeah, there's one down on. Oh, there's one down on. It's between Lafayette and Broadway. I mean, I haven't been back to New York in a few years, so maybe they close. But between Lafayette and Broadway, I think on 3rd or 4th Street. And there's one place over in the West Village as well. Used to shop at Tower Records. Tower Records is easy. Tower Records is where I bought my first record. Our first record that came out was called Life Size. And I was out in California. I was working with Dainese, the motorcycle apparel people. So I flew out there, and one of the days I took a stroll and I heard that our record hit the stores and there was a Tower Records. I walked in and I went through the CDs and there was our record, and it had a parental advisory sticker on it. And I thought, that's fucking cool, because I don't know, I guess we use a few swear words in there somewhere. And it was $17.99. I bought my own record. Isn't that crazy? Carolyn, $5. We need a new turntable. What do you recommend? Well, I mean, if money is no option or no problem, then you want a Townsend Rock Reference. That's the greatest turntable ever made. If you want to keep it modest, I would go for the Riga Planar 3. There's the Riga Planar 1, 2, and 3, and I think the 3 is the one to go for. For a tone arm, the Rigas make them, but if you want to upgrade, you go for SME. They make the best tone arms. And if you want a good cartridge, a lot of people go for the what's the name of that fucking thing? Crazy long one that everybody
Lynn Sondek.
No. It's the mad long one. Anyway, the name will come back to me. It's late. But I would go for moving coil. I would probably go for Audio Technica moving coil. I don't think Lynn make any cartridges. But if you want to get speakers, you should go for Lynn. But I would go for moving coil cartridge. But the Riga Planar 3 is a good place to start with, simplicity with the turntable. If you don't want to drop tens of thousands, whatever,
And you could.
Oh, yeah. You get a Townsend Rock Reference.
Oh, yeah.
You always see those in the movies. Every time there's a future.
I know. In the 80s, it was Bang & Olufsen. Everybody had Bang & Olufsen in the 80s.
Yeah.
Do you remember the one with the sliding doors?
Meanwhile, they sound like shit.
Yeah, they don't sound great.
B&O sound like shit, but they look cool.
They look great. Yeah, it's great art.
Ortophon is the name of the cartridge I'm thinking of. It's a mad long black thing, but I don't know if Ortophon make a moving coil. Moving magnet is what everybody uses. Coil is a better sound. So SME arms, I'll swear by them. And the Riga Planar is a good place to start.
Oh, tomorrow's her wedding anniversary, Carolyn Martin. Thanks. Tomorrow's the wedding anniversary. I think it would make a great gift for the hubby. Oh, well, sure.
Yeah,
isn't that nice? Yeah, pull it up. Let's do a deep dive on turntables. I have one under one of my chairs. I just don't have it plugged in.
They want 850 here for Riga Planar. That's interesting. Okay. The 3. That's the one that you want. The 3 is a beautiful thing.
Oh, yeah, that's gorgeous. Oh,
yeah. Nice and simple.
Oh, yeah.
They come in black. They come in red. That's, God. That's a nice simplicity for a turntable.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Whoa, man.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
What do those go for?
This one, I think they want 850 euros.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Pick up high fidelity. This is maybe it's used. I don't know. I've never seen this.
Giradiski.
Giradiski is how they call it. Yeah. So you can get the planar one. It's not going up there. No, I have to share that over, which is okay. $299, $300.
Oh, come on. Really? Wow.
Yeah. Whereas
Yeah, well,
but the 3 is the one you want. Shit. Where am I looking at here?
God, remember all the stereo stores? My God. I saw you guys were talking about the tower. God, I used to live in that store. My God.
Yeah.
I was always in there. Amazing. And yes, Cher did live upstairs. She lived in the penthouse. That's true.
So here's the Jansen Rock. This is the one you always see in the movies. I was mad into this shit years ago. You know this thing, right?
Oh, yeah. Everybody. I know. It's like, oh, yeah, sure. You see that everywhere.
Yeah.
I question. Here's a trivia question, and I don't know the answer to this. Did American Psycho, did he put a turntable on or a CD? It was the 80s.
I think it was a cassette.
Oh, it was a cassette of Huey Lewis in the News when he put on.
Yeah.
Do you like Huey Lewis in the News?
Sure.
I much prefer this album over 4. Sports is the album for me. Boy.
Yeah.
Wow, that thing's nuts. Yeah, my friend Bob has one of those Lynn Sondecks, and those are pretty crazy.
Oh, Lynn Sondek, yeah.
Those are nice. I mean, listen, back in the day, everybody in my world had either a Techniques or a JVC. You know, those were the big ones, and you got
well, the Technics was the one that all the DJs used.
They all had Technics
because they had a control for speed.
Yeah.
And they had the dots along the side of
I had that on my JVC LA55.
You could line up the dots, and that way you had 2 turntables, and you could make the dots match.
Yeah,
because when they spin up, the dots will go into a pattern, and you can get your mix for the tempos.
Yeah, is that the ultimate song to mix, right?
Yeah, I Feel Love.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
that was the one.
Donna Summer, baby.
Andrew with 50 balloons, Canadian. Carolyn Martin, have an amazing anniversary. Best wishes and many more. Oh, Andrew, you know what you're going to do? You're going to drive us to... See how hairy his arms are in that picture?
Just love that one.
It's amazing, that one.
That's my favorite.
Like he looks like he's wearing a
coat.
It
keeps going. So it just gets me laughing.
What do you think's going to happen to our Alec? What do you think's going to happen?
Well, he's off the hook now.
He's off the hook, but remember the reality show that he was going to do?
Yeah.
That got pulled.
Yeah, because nobody wanted to hear about their fucking family because they're like, yeah, what about the person you shot?
Right. So did they make that show and then just back the fuck out of it? Because there were advertisements for it everywhere. Now they're all gone. I pray to God that they canceled that show because the last thing you want to do
is... Who the fuck wants to see that girl?
Ugh, grifter twat.
We don't want to watch her.
Yeah, how do you say it in English? A cucumber?
Yeah, we don't want to see that bollocks.
Yeah. She's just what? I love him. You love him. We love him.
Yeah.
We love that guy.
I like him.
I mean, I adore him. And I've read his book at least 5 times because every time I read it, and the audiobook is sensational because he's first of all, his voice is outrageous, but the way he orates, he tells a story, and it's never about him. It's always about, he's like, chapter 3, my first time in Hollywood. And he doesn't mention himself. He goes, I met Lauren Bacall. And it goes, like, he
never talks about himself.
Never
talks about other people, always.
Yeah. It makes him so much, it's so much more interesting. And this is where the first time I tried cocaine. He had a very big cocaine problem, but
Oh,
he
I
doesn't
didn't
really
know
talk
that.
about it. Oh, very bad. Very bad. And he talks about all the folks he met while he was doing all the coke, and he basically talks about himself in the third person about this asshole decided to turn down this movie to do this series because he was thinking about the price of Peruvian flake at the time. Like
God.
he would make more money so he could buy more of the coke.
Oh, God.
This is in the like late 70s, early 80s when he first started. He got rid of that. He's been clean and sober for 35 years, that guy. And we're not allowed to say clean anymore. It's offensive to people.
Really?
Did you know that? Years and years and years ago, when the AIDS epidemic hit and, people had HIV, luckily for me, I never had to deal with this shit because, I got in a relationship very young, but people were dating, they would be like, are you clean? And then people who were HIV positive started to revolt and get furious. And now that it's a manageable disease and you don't die from it for the most part anymore, there's this whole kind of movement to get rid of the word clean. Also, people who are sober want you to just say sober, not clean and sober, because clean denotes you're
What
dirty.
is Depeche Mode going to do? Clean, the cleanest I've been.
Yeah, well,
It's
I mean,
one of their
everybody's
big
always said that.
songs because they were fucking mega heroin dudes.
Where were they all? Was Martin Gore?
Martin Gore and Dave.
I know
Jesus.
Dave, but was Martin Gore?
No. Well, Martin Gore writes the lyrics, so if they said clean, it's Martin Gore because Dave never wrote any lyrics.
Is that true? So Dave writes nothing in that band?
No, he's just a performer. Nobody writes anything but Martin Gore. Martin Gore writes everything, and he's the richest in that band.
How about
it's like Oasis? People are asking about Liam and Noel. Noel is way richer than Liam.
Well, because he wrote all the songs.
He wrote everything. One of Noel's stipulations when joining the band, when Liam was like, "Come on, join the band," he goes, "I'll join the band, but I heard your songs are shit, and my rule is you only play my songs." And they said,
Okay.
and Liam was like, "Fine," and it's all been him.
Yeah.
The guy.
Yeah.
I mean, they're worth hundreds of millions, but he's worth even more.
Actually, I just read that he's only worth 60. Well, of course, I saw your celebrity net worth too. You're worth millions, and your wife, who's very supportive of your career, she's always been supportive of your career and the children.
There's a few of them now. There was one, and now there's like 3 of those sites.
Jesus Christ,
isn't that crazy?
So, when you think about like Depeche Mode and stuff like that, think about Vince fucking Clarke. That guy started 3 monumental acts. He started Depeche Mode, he started Yazoo, and he started fucking Erasure. That guy, crazy as Vince Clarke. And he walked away from all that shit. He founded Depeche Mode, and then he just said, "Meh, this isn't going anywhere." Meh.
Interesting.
And then he did the thing. He created Alison Moyet, who we all love. She's amazing. Then I'm looking for a singer who sounds like Alison Moyet, and he gets Andy Bell. Incredible shit. I never got into Depeche Mode. I like them, but I never got into them. But I like them. I like when I hear it. I like it. I just never did the deep dive. Never tried to do a deep dive. I think I only have one of their records, A Broken Frame, one with that like babushka with the side.
Listen to the live stuff. Listen to Songs of Faith and Devotion live.
Is that great?
Or any of the new stuff. I made one of my recent videos is all Depeche Mode music. Going Backwards is the song. And it's fucking so fucking cool. They're just, their early shit. It's all silly. I just can't get enough and all that. It's silly. But then they got serious. And now they're like a high drama band. And everything's super drama, low pianos and big beats. And then him fucking talking about addiction and stuff. It's dark and it's heavy and it's great. Very cool. I've Colin and Emmett to thank for that because I was never into them, and they got me into that.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Yeah, Colin was a big fan years ago, and Emmett loved him too.
Charismatic frontman like that, of course, as a singer, you'd want to be. You'd got to look to those guys as teachers.
We wound up doing a cover of one of Enjoy the Silence, and we kind of jammed it out for 20 minutes.
I've seen you do it 50,000 times.
Right.
Used to play it at Taylor's.
And just the musicality. I mean, we did I thought our version was even more interesting because we really explored it. But just the musicality of that chord structure and the whole song it kind of brought me around to Depeche. And then, of course, we worked with Steve, so he produced them. So there was a connection there. And,
terrible.
And now I fucking, I dig them. I've been to see them a few times. I was on their band guest list last time here about 5 years ago. And
you have an in.
Yeah, I have the in with Steve.
Yeah. Well, that's a pretty good in.
It's a nice in.
Ray says, I want Al Pacino's You Hunt, please. I guess he's asking you to make a clip for when he goes, You Hunt. What's that from?
Does he say You Hunt?
He did say that in a movie, but I'm not sure where it's from. Ray, you'll have to elaborate on that.
Well, he said Al Pacino's is one word.
Yeah, I know. I thought first it said alpacas. And then I was like, oh, Al Pacino. Okay. Well, you gotta know Ray speak though, because
a
couple of ciders down the pub.
Yeah, we need the Enigma decoder.
The Enigma decoder. Thank you, Ray. We'll get you that. Well, what movie is that from? So we know. Okay, it's BC says A Link for Alan Turing.
I think. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I think what he's referring to is probably from Glen Ross when he goes, "You stupid fucking." Yeah,
we have that.
Oh, it's in the. Oh, that's right. That's what he's asking for.
Oh.
Where did you learn your trade, you stupid fucking cunt, you idiot?
I think there's another one though. It's just when he turns and goes, "You stupid fucking cunt."
Or who wants the dirty ones? Does anybody want the dirty ones? Let us know, because we got some really nasty ones in here.
No, but the one he's looking for is there too. I wouldn't have included that one without the first one.
It's hard for me to. Oh, this one. Okay, ready?
You stupid fucking cunt.
There you go. That's what he wants. What kind of mood was I in when I made all these crazy?
I know, but all of a sudden you sent all the cunt ones, and I was like, oh, wow. That's a whole lot of cunt.
Such a good word, man.
It's a great word when used tactfully.
Yes.
Don't use it. Don't call a woman that. Don't be an idiot. Use that word when it is deserved. Yeah. Hey, JC Kingsley. Hey, guy. I hope you're doing better. He hasn't been in the chats for a while. He told me why, and I'll keep that to myself. But I'm so happy to see you in the room. Hope you're doing well, pal. Really hope so. Great to see you live in the room. Yeah, that watch costs more. My watch costs more than your car. I mean, Alec Baldwin, that scene was written for him. There was, because he was supposed to play Pacino's role, and then Pacino said, all right, I'll do it. What are they going to do? Say no to him? So David wrote that for him.
Yeah,
just because he felt bad.
It's not in the play. I saw Pacino on Broadway do Glengarry, and he was Levine. He was playing Jack Lemmon's character because he was way older.
Oh my god.
And that scene is not in it. It's not in the original play. It's only in the movie. And it's one of the best scenes. Like, always be closing. You know,
always be closing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Second place, steak knives.
Set of steak knives. Third place is you're fired.
You're fired.
AIDA. A, attention. Do I have your attention? I, are you interested? You must be, because it's shit or walk or whatever. Yeah. AIDA. Decision. Have you made your decision for Christ? An action.
Amazing. I haven't seen that in a while, but I've seen it probably 25 times.
Yeah.
I mean, David Mamet's not easy stuff.
No.
It doesn't always translate to film. It's amazing. I saw Oleana on stage. I was playing down in the Village, and it was with Treat Williams and Leah Thompson, and it was electric. And then I saw the small film they made of it. And I was like, this didn't really work. It's about a tenured teacher has an affair with his student. And, the shit hits the fan. And this was this is 25 years ago that I saw this. Absolutely crazy. And then there's Speed the Plow. And that's never been made into a movie. Yeah. Mamet wrote The Edge. Great movie.
Well, Mamet was the king of foreshadowing.
Yeah.
And if you watch The Edge, it's all foreshadowing. Everything. The entire plot of the movie is actually spelled out for you in the first 5 minutes. You just don't know it because he's foreshadowing.
Yeah.
That's a great movie. And I did a watches in movies episode on the channel a few years ago about that, because watches play a huge role in that movie.
Sure.
He gets a watch that he wears upside down because that's what a lot of actors do in movies for continuity, and also there's the watch that is broken and so on. Anyway, the whole thing is like connected because she's, Elle Macpherson is the wife, and she's cheating on Tony Hopkins with Baldwin's character, and so on. And there's the watch that was gifted and so on. So watches are actually like a big thing in that movie. And when we finally see the face of Baldwin's watch, it's when he's lying face down, dying or dead on the mud, and his arm is like this, and you actually see because the watch is upside down. So you go back on my channel, guys. There's a watches and movies analysis of that story. It's quite a brilliant story and very beautifully shot.
Beautifully shot. Who directed that? Do you know off the top of your head?
I don't know off the top of my head. I should know.
Valve says, since then, David Mamet has turned into a right-wing twat. Well, because we lost all the Jews, man. The Democrats lost all the Jews because of Zionism.
Yeah.
That's why. Because Jews throughout history have always been liberals and live and let live, but
did you see douchebag went over? Fucking
Alan, dear Stalin.
Alan went over. He's left, and fucking Jon Stewart is like, no, please don't go.
Oh yeah, I saw that. No, please don't go. Do you know Henry Winkler was on one of Satan's Helper shows the other night? Bill Maher, who's a fucking cunt. Hate him. And he says a couple of things about Netanyahu that's very unfavorable. Henry Winkler does, and Bill Maher gets very offended. He's like starts to defend everything he's done.
Yeah, Bill Maher.
I have to watch that whole thing just to see what the angle is on that.
Maher is an ultra Zionist, and
he's an ultra Zionist.
He despises Islam. He despises that. He's just a super xenophobic, fucking Islam hater, just of the highest degree.
Ray says €2. I'll have that Chesterfield now. That's good. Shane goes, oh, wait a second. No, Freddie Mercury was not a great piano player, so forget that. He was a good piano player. I mean, good enough to do what he did.
Good enough to do.
Good enough what he did. Easy. Greatest piano. Okay, you write it down on a piece of paper, and I'll write it down on a piece of paper.
Greatest piano.
Don't say anything.
Rock and roll player.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything. I'm going to grab a piece of paper.
You want me to write it down?
I want you to write down who you think is the greatest rock and roll piano player.
Okay, I'm going to say it right now.
No, don't say it.
No, I won't say it. Well, excuse me.
So when you say rock and roll, like Boogie Woogie, or like who's the greatest keyboard player in rock and roll? Is that what he means? Is that what you think he means?
I don't know. Let's make up our own interpretation.
I'm going to say...
I know who it is.
Sorry.
A lot of great ones, though.
A lot of great ones. But I'm like, okay, God, who'd you say? Can I hold it up?
I'm grabbing his picture.
Oh.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Rick Wakeman. There you go.
That's who. Just the Henry VIII shit alone, kids.
And the stuff he did with Bowie. Come on.
Yeah, no, it's
Rick.
Rick Wakeman, hands down. We both just said it. So
That was
there you go.
easy.
That was easy. We agree with all that. On
Give
all
us a
that,
hard one.
You give us a hard one. He had his picture, and I had the nameplate to go underneath it. Oh my God! Look at Andrew. What are you saying, Andrew? Treat Williams was a total ride in hair and streetcar named Desire. How do I know that? Aura in turn, and I'm channeling Dirk. Let me tell you something, and I've said this before. Hair is an unbearable film to watch, but Treat Williams is a delight in it. I saw his streetcar, and it's okay. But Alec Baldwin, I saw him do it on Broadway, and he fell on me, like literally, because I was in the front row. So Alec Baldwin was a great Stanley Kowalski, but no one will ever touch Brando. It's not possible. That's not really possible. Not possible. But you can try. You can try. It's an incredible work of art, Tennessee Williams. So, that needs to be reinterpreted for years to come. And unfortunately, very soon, probably some trans dude will be playing Stanley Kowalski or an Asian guy.
Shane McGurk, give us continue with the best.
Yeah, good.
We'll see if we can match them up. That's
okay.
That's a good game.
I like games.
Yeah. We like
I'll get some fresh paper out of me printer.
That's nice to say, Carlin.
Yeah. Yeah, we're thinking about you, man. Thank you so much. I did reach out to him to find out what had happened to him, and he let me know, and we're so sorry to hear that. So who asked that? Okay,
greatest musical artist lawyer.
What the fuck does that mean?
Like a lawyer for the artists? That's a weird one.
Peter Paterno.
I don't know any lawyers for artists.
I mean, that's a very, very strange question.
I mean there's Alan Dershowitz. Because they're all artists.
My attorney, Michael Guido, gave a demo of one of my songs to John Bon Jovi, and then they came out with a song called Keep the Faith. It sounds like my song. That's how good a lawyer he was.
Okay, Shane McGurk, drummer, just don't say drummer.
Just, you got to be specific.
You have to be specific because there's jazz, there's rock, there are so many. Come on.
Who's best at multitasking, playing bass and keyboards? There's only one guy that did that.
Now we need to know what kind of drummer, because it's like very different.
Yeah, because you can't. There's Buddy Rich and there's John Bonham. That's a different animal. You can't talk about Vinnie Colaiuta and Stuart Copeland.
Right.
That's not fair.
By the way, if it was Buddy Rich in that genre, I would say Art Blakely. Okay, so best rock drummer of all time. This is
best rock drummer.
Okay, so you want to write it down? Easy, and I'll get the photo.
I don't know if we'll agree on this. Best rock drummer.
Best rock drummer.
I'm not going to say who you think I'm going to say.
Really?
I don't think so. Because there's favorites and then who's the best. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
There's favorites and then who is the best rock drummer.
Okay, well then I'm changing my. You know who I was thinking of, but
yeah, I totally do.
Yeah,
and I would pick him too.
Yeah. All right then.
I'll wait till you have his picture, and then we'll go.
Well, a 1, a 2, and a 3. John Bonham. But the other one was Neil Peart.
Correct? Of course, it was Neil Peart. But I would choose him too. But you have.
Yeah.
If you asked Neil Peart who's the best rock drummer, he'd say
say John Bonham. Yes,
hands
that's
down.
A very good way of putting it.
He would definitely say
absolutely right,
and he has done. So, got next
column. I like that. Ringo.
Oh,
we love Ringo.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I mean, yes, of course. Ringo. Ringo all day long. Easy, he says. Bonham over Ulrich.
Fuck Ulrich.
I'm a better drummer than he is.
Fuck
So,
Ulrich.
the best line ever was, and this is not true and it's not fair, it just goes to show what a cunt Paul can be. But they said, is Ringo the best drummer in the world? And he goes, he's not even the best drummer in the Beatles.
Oh my god.
Because Paul fancies himself as a very good drummer.
Oh wow.
Paul, as much as we love Paul, he's not short on ego. That's
Hey.
for sure.
It's great
Okay, we're waiting for the
songwriter.
next question. Go.
I don't know if there is one coming. It's all right.
It was fun. I got new paper and everything. We got 2 out of 2. At least go the greatest Moog player.
Moog player. Look, Moog is a keyboard. Moog. Some people say Moog.
It is
some people
correct.
say
It
Moog.
is. My sister interviewed him 1,000 years ago when Carrie's in the show tonight. Robert Moog. She interviewed him.
Yeah.
It is.
I used to
Robert
always
Moog.
say Moog, but I think
Yeah,
it's
I
Moog.
still say Moog, but it is Moog.
Yeah.
Who is the greatest Moog player? Oh boy. I know. Well, oh shit, no. It would be a lot easier if you said who's the best Hammond player. That would be easier. Moog player, Jesus. Oh, okay. You know who it is. You totally know who it is. Are you writing already?
Okay.
You got it?
I'm gonna give you an answer.
Oh my god. I'm so afraid. I think we're gonna get it off, but
This might not be what you're expecting.
I think I know who you said, and I think it's not who I chose.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Getty.
Oh, okay. He's a great Moog player. I chose Keith Emerson.
Keith Emerson. Fine. Yeah, he would have been on the list. Yes.
Because he had that crazy, enormous one, the banks
Yeah,
of Moogs everywhere.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, you're right there. Probably, yeah. Okay.
I mean,
fine.
I was thinking of the visual and thinking about who had more Moog than anybody. He had the biggest Moog real estate. Oh, come on.
Rock and roll bassist.
Okay, we got that. We know that right now. Okay.
The best bassist in rock, you mean?
In rock.
Okay.
I'm done already.
Yeah, well, we know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get the photo because I want the photo. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
There you go.
Paul McCartney, baby.
He's the best. There is no other.
Paul McCartney is the greatest bass player of all time.
Hands down.
In rock.
In rock. Forget about your James
Rock and pop.
Jamersons
Rock and
all
pop.
the,
Rock and
Carol Kays, and that's a totally different ball of wax.
Because Paul was the singer's mind on the bass.
Never stepped on his own vocals. Never stepped on his own bass playing.
If you listen to Michelle, listen to the bass playing in Michelle.
Oh my god.
Michelle, my bass. Listen to the fucking bass playing. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
All over the place. Did you notice? You didn't.
No.
That guy's a fucking genius.
I mean, that song in particular, though, is beyond crazy composition. So it's perfection. It's perfection.
And I'm not talking like fucking technical, slap and blah, blah, blah.
Stu Ham, Billy Sheehan. Nobody cares.
They're all great. They're all great, and I love them, but nothing comes near, because when you can pick up an instrument, sometimes your skill is not playing. The best compliment I ever got as a bass player was this brilliant funk drummer who knows the band years ago. He was watching us play. It was actually out in fucking it was in Jersey. It was in, what's that little town across in Jersey that you can get to on the PATH train?
Jersey City.
No, on the
Hoboken.
Hoboken, thank you. And this guy, he walks up to me after a show. He goes, listen, everybody in your band is fucking amazing player, but I love what you do because you know when to not play.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's the best compliment I've ever gotten, because you know how to stand out of the way of other players.
It's very important.
And, sometimes the skill is like what you don't play and the simplicity of what you play, and you know when to wander. And I've met so many insane bass players over the years, amazing guys who can play all the shit.
Sure.
And they've learned all the licks, and they're into Victor Wooten, and they're into fucking Geddy, and they're everyone. And they always say McCartney.
It's always McCartney.
The second in line for me is Chris Squire from Yes.
Yeah. I know he's but like I said earlier, there's the best, and then there's your favorite.
Okay,
and evolved mine.
But I love them. I love them for the same reason. Who cares? Who cares? I love them for the same reason. I love the two of those players for the same reason, and the reason is that they're singers. So, but the difference is with McCartney, he keeps it simple. Chris, he's like a crazy opera singer on the bass.
Sure.
And no one. Mark King, I loved him. Fucking crazy million notes a second. Love it, but he'll never go near the 3 notes that McCartney just chooses.
That were perfection. There's a million guys out there. I mean, Tony Levin, all those guys.
Oh my God.
I mean, we love those guys for different reasons.
Yeah.
But because I think we both come from songwriting first, perspective.
I used to look at Colin, my singer in my band.
You always complimented his bass playing.
Yeah, a great bass player, very smooth, very silky, and great. Above all, the notes, the choice of notes. Sometimes I'd look at him and go, "What would you play as a singer? What are you thinking?"
Yeah, you've always said that.
Yeah. He's and I've left in a lot of his own bass. Like he'd do a guide bass. And with the thought that, because I'm busy on the keyboards, with the thought, Oisin will redo it. And sometimes I'm like, I'm not redoing it. I'm leaving it. I'll fix a couple of mistakes, but I'm going to leave it because he has a singer's mind on the bass guitar. It's beautiful.
We got some very heavy things coming up here, kids. JHB 499. Okay, best rock band live. Love the Reason on Paul. Substance. That's right, baby.
Best rock band live. Okay.
I got it.
I got it too. You know who it is.
I think I know who it is. You can bring it up to a picture?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
3, 2, 1. No.
Queen. Oh. I mean, I think they're one of the best.
Than Queen?
Live?
Freddie
Mercury. Listen, you know how much I love him, but he was thinking about all the dicks he was going to suck after the concert. He was doing a lot of coke. He was really not the greatest live singer most of the time. He copped out on a lot of notes. He had a rough one the night before in the pee bathtubs and all that stuff.
You think U2 is the best rock band live?
Best rock band I've ever seen live has consistently been U2.
Wow. Okay.
We get one wrong so far, huh? Wow.
All right. It's not wrong. It's just different.
Shane McGee, let's up the game. Best composer of a score.
Jesus,
please.
Easy.
That's done.
Okay. Oh, God. No, it could be.
No.
No?
No.
All right. You ready?
Well, I'm writing it.
I have the photo. You can write
ready,
it.
Go.
3, 2, 1. There he is, John Williams.
Thievery and all.
Easy. That's an easy one.
That was a joke.
Who's second?
For me,
Bernard
Herrmann. Yeah. I knew you were going to Bernard Herrmann.
Me too.
And you know what? I think John Williams would say Bernard Herrmann.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. John Williams would say Bernard Herrmann.
He would. But we can't say that.
Yeah.
We can't say that. Queen, listen, I got to see Queen live with Freddie Mercury 4 times. That's 4 times. Yes, 4 times, kids. Listen, he was often, would cop out on a lot of stuff. Listen, I've said this a million times, and don't take this the wrong way, because I would never give them the money to go see Adam Lambert live. But technically, Adam Lambert is a much superior singer to Freddie Mercury. He just didn't invent all that amazing shit that Freddie did. And Freddie was the greatest frontman of all time. He is that. However, live, he was very spotty live. And I've never.
I remember talking to you a million years ago about Live Aid 1985.
Oh, that's amazing.
In London, and I was talking about U2, and you went, Yeah, we barely knew each other at the time, and you went, "Yeah, you two are good, but that gig belongs to Queen."
It does. No matter. And then what did they do? Bad for a half 20 minutes?
Yeah, 20
Right?
minutes. They
And
played two songs.
It was magnificent.
You two played two songs.
But
and Bono got down into the crowd.
Yeah,
He started dancing with the crowd.
It was like
that changed their life, by the way.
It changed their life.
Their
It changed their life. The beginning of their career and the end of a career, pretty much. You know? They would have been the headlines if every paper had Queen not been on the bill, for sure. They would have, because it was magnificent. They were magnificent. They really
people like Hans Zimmer. I love Hans Zimmer, but it's not at the level of John Williams or Bernard or any of those. It's not. Hans Zimmer's amazing. I love him, but it's not. JHB, Stravinsky or Mussorgsky? Well, Stravinsky, of course. Mussorgsky was not trained in music.
No.
If you go back to the pictures at an exhibition, before Busoni got his hands on it, because Busoni fixed it.
Right.
There are a lot of atonal mistakes in the original pictures at an exhibition from Mussorgsky, which are beautiful on the piano, I think. Busoni straightened them up, and then Ravel wrote it for orchestra and used Busoni's version, not Mussorgsky's version. So it's all straightened and all the mistakes are corrected. But the superior composer between those two, make no mistake, was Stravinsky by a mile. That fucking guy, that was a crazy genius right there. All the jazz guys adore Stravinsky. He's like their greatest.
Of course they do.
Yeah. He's like,
yeah. That's a good one, though.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares? Who cares?
Who cares?
God, we're 3 hours in, so we're going to wrap it up in a couple of minutes. So if you want to get your last licks on this.
It's a shame. I'm having my most fun now.
I know. Shane McGee, €5. I figured you fucks out. Who was the best tambourine? I got it right now. Come on. It's a little bit.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
I've got it.
Oh, God. That's a really hard one. Tambourine is very important.
Oh, you talking about in classical music?
No, in
rock.
I assume in rock and pop. No, tambourine
How
in
many
classical is
tambourine players are
nobody
there
ever
in rock?
touches it like in the percussion. It's like there's no notes on the page. I'm gonna give you a weird one. I don't know. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
You got Stevie Nicks. I said Tracy Partridge.
Tracy Partridge. I did Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, I mean,
all right.
I
like
just watched
that one though. That was hard.
It's a good one. I just watched a video last night of a gig, and it was so interesting. It was Fleetwood Mac a couple of tours ago.
Liam's a good guess.
Does he play tambourine? He's a twat.
The tambourine is part of his whole thing.
Is
he holds it behind
I thought he just goes someday.
And he waves it, and then he puts it back behind his.
Tambourines are kind of gay.
By the way, I watched the 73 questions with Vogue or whatever with Liam, and he's
so embarrassing.
It's no. It's
the only one it must be funny.
It's the only one I like. I hate them all, and it's the only one.
Can you put that? Can you bring that up right now? I'd like to see it.
You want to play it?
We're not going to get in trouble for that, will we?
We might get shut down. We might. I don't know. I don't want to risk it because it belongs to Vogue. But it's the 73 questions with him.
Yeah,
man, he's fucking cool, man.
Wait, that's the one where he's in the field, right?
He's in the field.
I have seen that. Yeah.
They're like, if you can make your perfect super group, who would be in the band? And besides singing, you're singing, and he goes, Jimi Hendrix on guitar. Does he say John Bonham? He says someone
he probably says Keith Moon, knowing him.
Oh, Keith Moon! You're fucking right. He says Keith Moon on drums. You're absolutely right. And he says on bass McCartney.
Yeah, well,
Fucking yes.
yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'm learning to
People fuck off
appreciate
with the
them.
Hendrix thing, though. He was such a, yes, I know he was the pioneer and all that stuff, but he was such a noisy, sloppy machine. It's like I wouldn't want that guy in my group. Oh man,
Yeah, because he'd like piss all
it's
over
fucking. He'd
everything.
be just like blah, 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 like
Yeah.
a fucking fire hose. Or well, it's boring. John
Yeah.
Williams and Rite of Spring. Yeah, well, you know, Davy Jones and the Monkees. Oh my God, that's so great.
Long tambourine.
Yeah, wake up, sleepy Jean. Now, what does it mean to? Oh, it's amazing, Andrew. Most disappointing performance live.
Live. That's a good one.
Ooh, fuck. That oh shit. I mean, that's
Shit.
personal, so that's not like we can't come. I can tell you the worst thing I was ever dragged to in my life.
What?
Steve Reichenbach, Mimi's brother, took me to see the Grateful Dead, and I wanted to kill myself. I've never been so bored or secondhand stoned in my life.
Mm.
And it was just like, it's just not my music. I get it. I totally get it. I get it. But oh God, is that boring? And everybody was dressed like in fringes and suede. They had wine pouches, and it was like a hippie jamboree. And that is just so not fun for me.
I can't think of one because I often find something to enjoy.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're talking about little tiny bands that I can't sit
I've
through.
never seen a shit gig in my life. I've said this before. Every time I've gone to see an artist that I really like, I've never walked out and said, wow, they were really crap. I've never done.
No.
It's never happened to me. You know, oh, my sister said the Police, Atlanta, 1983. The Police were a very erratic live band.
Oh my God, I'm shocked at that one.
1983. She went to school in Atlanta, Georgia, and she got to see
shocked at
like
that one.
REM when they played. She used to see REM when they played this place called the 40 Watt Club, some tiny little shitty club in Athens, Georgia. She used to go see them.
Mm.
Metallica Unplugged. Well, I mean, they're nothing without plugging in because they're all pretty
Right.
much crap.
Yeah.
I mean, none of them. I mean, Kirk Hammett is one of the worst guitar players in the history of guitar playing. He's an atrocity. I like James, though. He's cool. That's it. But, I mean, they're just such shite, though. I mean, talk about, they're the Trump of metal. They're just bamboozlers. They bamboozled everybody. You know, I like a couple of their songs. Tell me, I like Enter Sandman. It's a great riff.
I could never listen to that band seriously.
No,
I mean,
it's
it's a bar, sure, you know.
Sure, yeah.
I can never put on headphones and, you know.
I mean, there can be only one, my friend.
Which one? Best frontman of all time. All right. I know exactly who it is.
Of course it is. There can be only one.
I'll get his photo.
Boom.
2, 1, go.
That's it.
Freddie.
There's only one Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury was the greatest frontman of all time.
Yeah.
Second would be David Lee Roth.
Right.
Great frontman.
Yeah.
Amazing. Great one. Then after that, I don't know.
Well, yeah.
Roger Daltrey.
Here's some great ones. Jim Morrison. I loved him. I loved him as a frontman.
I wanted to be him when I was a teenager.
Oh my God. You know my favorite thing about Jim? He's not performing to you. He doesn't give a shit about you. We're watching him experience the songs. The guy keeps his eyes closed the whole time. Amazing.
This is the beautiful.
Oh my God. James Brown. Yeah, amazing. James Brown.
I saw him live and shook his hand.
I shook his hand as well backstage. We were supposed to support him, but it rained, so we couldn't play, and then it stopped raining.
Mr. Brown.
It was in Milan 1,000 years ago. But
my sister's friend Tandy's
everybody based their performance on James Brown, like Prince.
Sure. Prince,
one of the great.
Everybody, Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars based it all on Prince. Prince based it all on James. You know, and Prince is one of the great fucking lead guys ever.
Sure,
incredible, unbelievable.
Do you like that new song with him and Gaga?
With Bruno Mars?
Yeah.
Whenever I hear Bruno Mars, I hear the same notes
Yeah.
He keeps singing the same note. I don't know what it is. He just keeps
It's a
going around the
formula
same
he's
note.
got.
Yeah, he has a little formula, and it's annoying to me.
Yeah.
But I love Lady Gaga. I think she's a fucking genius,
She is.
and
She's got very little to do with this new song, but
her
it's okay.
story is brutal. By the way,
Sure.
brutal. It's
yeah.
like there are people coming out with bullying posts that were made of her years ago when she was in school. Friends of hers who were bullying her, saying you'll never be anybody, Stephanie, blah blah blah. She fucking crawled her way out of
Oops.
like, yeah, you fucked up.
Yeah, she could have all of you murdered.
Yeah. Exactly. I fucking respect her. Man, can she sing and she can play.
She can
She
sing
can
and
play
play.
piano and sing. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So I have a lot of respect for that
she's
woman.
a powerhouse.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, wow, she's got very little to do with this song. Like that silly little song from A Star Is Born. It's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's so beautifully composed. She won an Academy Award for it. You know why? Because she deserved it.
There's a couple of great songs in that movie.
My sister said that James Brown asked me to come up to his hotel room. He said
Oh,
he was
wow.
having a party. Yeah, because Carrie's friend, Tandy's husband, was his manager. So that's why we were around James.
Should've gone off.
Times. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Whatever you could say, fuck James Brown.
No.
No?
That's
Ray,
the last thing I'd say.
Robert Plant.
By the way, this is my sister. She fucked James Brown. Nice to meet you. Not good. Robert Plant, not a fan. I love Led Zeppelin. Robert
amazing,
Plant,
amazing rock singer.
Yeah.
I don't know about performer, but
he just did. And if the sun refused to shine, it's like that. He always had his hand like this.
High shit was amazing.
Yeah, he never did it live.
His voice sounded.
He was a shit singer live always.
Yeah, they were all shit live except for John.
Yeah. I mean, in the day,
Jimmy Page was a mess live.
Slop fest.
A mess. He was always.
He was on smack.
Yeah.
He's all smacked out of his mind.
I mean, the best guitar solo, live guitar solo. I'm gonna double back now. It's 1973.
Wait.
Okay. Well,
wait a second. Wait. We're doing now best live guitar solo.
Best live guitar solo.
Like when you say solo, like your spotlight moment or in the song.
When you listen to old records and live fucking concerts, and there's a mile-long guitar solo, 2 miles long.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Oh boy.
Fucking.
It's gonna be weird. You wouldn't believe if I told you. Okay.
I kind of almost gave it away already, but
73. Who had a live album in 73? Jeez, I don't even know. Okay. I'm going to do the one that I think is best, but I don't know what year this is. I'm going to do the one that I think was best. Totally wrong. Oh, I know what you're going to go for. Actually, if you pick the guy I think you're picking, he's not.
The name is gone out of my head of the song. Sorry, I have to find it. Okay, I got it. It's late here.
Yeah, no, we'll wrap it up. Angelo Minichello with 20 Canadian dollars. Jennifer Nettles and Christian. I love Sugarland. Are they not together anymore? Because she had a really big solo thing for a while. She did that. Who says you can't go home with Bon Jovi? That was a big hit. And then whatever happened to Sugarland? He is related to the Bush Bean people too. Thank you so much for that. I'm going to give you.
Thanks, Angelo.
Thank you, Angelo. Give you that's 20 balloons, man. $20. Oh my. We're totally not going to get this right for sure. But I'm ready.
What do you mean right? You mean
well,
equal?
we're not going to get it the same. I know we're not. The best, the 70s, best. Now you know what? I'm going to go back to my original one.
Okay.
This is my favorite live guitar solo of all time. Okay.
3, 2, 1. Ace Frehley.
It's classic, dude. On the live one, it's classic. Who'd you pick? Oh, you picked No Quarter. Okay, that's from the song Remains the Same. Yeah.
Yes, I'll just play a bit through the microphone.
We're gonna get pinched for that.
Will we?
Yeah, we
Are
got
they heavy?
pinched for every single one we used last week.
Okay.
I
those
thought you
are
were
first.
playing No Quarter by Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, No Quarter. Live 73.
I can smell the heroin from here.
It just describes the 70s for me.
Yeah,
It's just it goes on for ages. It's a great thing. And the Doors are great at this as well. They take their time with their solos. You know what? I'm gonna throw out
Robbie
a bone.
Krieger is an amazing. By
I'll
the
throw out
way,
a bone to our band. We
Mhm.
took our fucking time with the solos, man. The solos, like Emma's guitar solos, were just we went deep. We went, okay, everybody stand back and get
he's a landscape
you.
architect.
Yeah, you set like a theme. That was a great thing about Zeppelin. They were on fucking Doors and so many bands.
Well, that's because Jimmy was so fucked up. He needed to take some time, and they needed
No
to play the
Quarter,
tempo thing.
1973 live. I
Is
was
that what
born
year
that
is that what year that album came out? The song remains the same. Jesus Christ!
year.
I realized it was that early.
Yeah,
Wow,
51 years, baby.
that's insane. Carolyn Martin, thank you guys for a wonderful evening. Ciao, Bashers. Sleep, sweet dreams, my love. Let's give you something
darling.
fantastic for that. Let's give you Leonard. I think we should probably wrap it up. It's 1:00,000 in Italy for this guy.
Ray said keep her solo Rickman.
Sure.
So you
Well,
mean
we picked him.
the six wives of Henry
Six
VIII?
Wives of Henry VIII is insane. I mean, I said just for the Henry's wives alone. I mean, that's one of the most classic. You can hum that. Everybody knows it. That's why I said that about Ace Frehley, because all the rock guitar players my age, they can hum that entire Ace Frehley solo. It's like, I don't know anybody. I almost said Peter Frampton. Frampton Comes Alive, because that solo was great too.
Yeah.
But, whatever. That's the story, Jerry. Guys, thank you so much for a wonderful Friday adventure. I will be back on Sunday for the Sunday Mass. Bring your sins, and let's see if you deserve absolution. Sheen and I will be back on Monday for Watch Fashion Police with the lovely Michaela Duchatillon.
No, we won't, because
that's right. She's taking the week off. All right.
She's away with the hubby.
So maybe I'll have Metal Mondays that night, because I'm going to do a rock show where we just do a music night, Music Mondays, but it's going to be called Metal Mondays because it's a better title. Won't be just metal. It'll be about rock. Anybody can come on and join the fun and all that stuff. That might just happen.
Okay.
Uncle Meridian says, Jesus, this is getting esoteric. Best dotted quarter note rest.
That's a good question. I want to answer that one. Dotted quarter note? I don't know. What are you thinking now? Anyway,
it's probably Beethoven for sure, somewhere.
Well, he's post rock.
Oh, post rock. Oh, post rock. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Guys, thanks so much for this wonderful show. Thanks to all the super chatters. I cannot do my usual thing for those technical reasons, as you know, and nobody cares. Who cares? Who cares? Thanks to Sheen O'Malley for a fun Friday night. And remember to hold the door open. Remember to say please and thank you. And remember, when you encounter somebody who's not so nice, give them a little bit of rope to hang themselves. Why, you ask? Well, because either they're going through something really, really super terrible, either that, or they're just a Come.